Right, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello all and welcome back to the Football Chat Live. Champions League action returns tonight as we bring you coverage of Newcastle versus PSG, the first Champions League game held at St James's Park for 20 years. A momentous occasion then for Newcastle, a momentous night. A very good game we should have ahead of us. It's Saudi versus Qatar, Newcastle versus PSG, Kylian Mbappe versus Anthony Gordon. Can it get more exciting than this, Harry?
I mean, the joys have waited a very, very long time for tonight, but it has finally been delivered. And none other than, as you say, Kylian Mbappe will walk out at St James's Park. It's a historic occasion. I'm glad we get to watch it. And it should be an absolutely cracking game. That St James's Park atmosphere is going to be electric. They're going to be up for this, and it is going to be very tough for PSG.
Yeah, they'll make it as difficult as they can for PSG. They know the threat that PSG will pose tonight. It's going to be interesting to see how they line up. We know what the PSG lineup is. How that actually looks, though, on paper on the pitch, we don't really know because they've got a lot of attackers on there.
They've put 11 footballers out there and kind of just gone, that's our team.
Shall we have a look at said lineups then? Obviously, we've mentioned before, it's at St James's Park tonight, so we'll start with the hosts, Newcastle. We know what they're playing. It's a 4-3-3. Nick Pope in between the sticks. Flat four of Trippier, captain Lascelles, Shaw and Byrne. Cross midfield three, it's Longstaff in the Champions League. Guimaraes and Tonali. In the front three, Almiron, Isak and Gordon. A good team.
It is a very good team. I mean, I might start crying at the sight of Sean Longstaff playing in the Champions League.
I already have been crying.
I mean, that is exactly what dreams are made of. Similar to Jacob Murphy playing against Milan and dancing along to the National League anthem, the Champions League anthem. It should be a very good night for them.
Should be. As for PSG, then, well, it looks like a 4-4-2, which you would not expect. Donnarumma in between the sticks, then a potentially back four of Hakimi, Captain Marquinhos, Skriniar and Hernandez. Across the four, Dembele, Ugarte, Zaire-Emery and Mbappe. And then the front line of Muani and Ramos. Now, we would expect this to look more like a 4-2-3-1. Dembele in attack midfield, Muani on the right, something like that. Or potentially Dembele as a wing-back. But I would not expect to see Kylian Mbappe playing left midfield tonight as they try and play a compact 4-4-2 or something like that. But
part of the bus at St James's Park.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that looks tonight. But 10 minutes away from kick-off, what are the big talking points to touch on before we get into today's game?
First of all, look at the atmosphere. You say we've got 11 minutes and the flags are waving, Newcastle fans are cheering. They're really up for this. And, I think PSG have got another thing coming. They think this is going to be easy tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, the banners in the crowd literally spell out hello, hello. It's going to be a cracking game. I think it's going to be a lot closer than everyone thinks. We know how good Kylian Mbappe is, but Newcastle will test him as well. They've got some world-class players now in their squad. This is going to be a close game. I'm very excited.
It should be great. And welcome everyone in chat. Gary, good to see you, mate. Cauliflower, buongiorno, hola. Ça va bien. I'm mixing up all the languages there. And Daz saying, what matches are you doing this weekend? Well, we have Arsenal Manchester United in the WSL on Friday night. We have Chelsea Manchester City in the WSL on Sunday morning. And we've got the big clash in the Premier League, Arsenal versus Manchester City on Sunday evening. So a lot of good games coming this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, a bumper weekend. 2 WSL games and a Premier League game. What more do you want?
Well, we've got Championship on tonight. Norwich conceded within 3 minutes to Swansea. So that is painful.
I mean, hopefully we'll see some goals tonight. That's the only thing I want to see. Yeah. I don't want to sit here and watch 0-0, but I don't think it will be because Kylian Mbappe is on the football pitch and Newcastle will want to put on a show in front of their home fans. Yeah. They really will. I think it's a bigger moment than some people may think. It's a huge night for Newcastle history. Yeah. It's PSG.
For a lot of fans, it'll be the first time they've ever seen their club in the Champions League, which cannot be understated how huge that is a moment.
And which we are talking, probably one of the world's best players turning up St James's Park on a Wednesday night.
Yeah. I mean, Lascelles is good, but let's not. One of the world's best is a bit far.
What a player!
It should be a really, really good game tonight.
It definitely should be. I think in terms of the actual football, we know Newcastle can play well, but when you've got Kylian Mbappe on a football pitch, it's pretty good. But even players like Randall, Kolo Muani, Goncalo Ramos, very good finishers.
Yeah.
But again, both teams look really exciting going forwards, but really strong at the back. So I think we're in for a really exciting game.
Yeah, I mean, PSG, last time out, drawing 0-0 with Clermont Foot is not the ideal fixture they'd have wanted to come into this game on the back of. And looking at their lineup in that game, they did play a 3-4-3, but it's a very different lineup tonight. They've not got Bradley Barcola, who played as the left wing back. They've not got Pereira, who slotted into the back three. Ruiz and Vitinha both don't make the starting 11. So I'm not really sure how they're going to look tonight.
No.
I mean, if we look back at the team that beat Marseille 4-0, that could look a lot more like what we'd expect to see. Dembele, Muani, Mbappe front three, Barcola playing left wing back, but you've got Hernandez, you've got Ugarte, you've got Zaire Emery, players like that in there. So that looks a lot more familiar. It'll be interesting to see how they use Goncalo Ramos tonight, whether he'll play as a central striker. Does that push Muani out wide, right? Does that push Dembele to wing back, potentially? So it'll be interesting to see how that will work.
I mean, I bet my house that Kylian Mbappe is not starting left midfield.
Or is it 4-2-4?
It could be, but I feel like that would be taking the mick a bit. To try and rock up and play 4-2-4, they'll get overrun in midfield and they would lose.
Unless Hakimi inverts or something like that.
Maybe try something a bit spicy. Who knows? I think PSG could surprise us. Newcastle will. We've watched Newcastle countless times now. We know they're going to play. Yeah. We know what their game plan is. And they've probably got Kieran Trippier on, get stuck in every single time Kylian Mbappe touches the football.
Yeah, I think that makes sense why they've started him tonight. I'm intrigued to see Lascelles starting a Champions League match, but fair enough.
It's mental.
Obviously, Botman now injured,
Jamal
but I
Lascelles.
am miffed as to why they didn't have a better backup centre half and why they didn't just shuffle to burn across and bring in another left back.
I wish it was Paul Dummer.
Yeah,
that'd be quality. But Lascelles versus Mbappe, I'm here to see it. Everyone else here to see it. It should be quite fun.
Yeah, good pocket him, mate. Absolutely pocket him.
No chance if Mbappe scoring today against Jamal Lascelles. And I think if we look back to the first round of the Champions League games, Newcastle were very defensive. They were on Nick Pope a lot against Milan.
They weren't very good, I would say.
No. I think you'd expect the same tonight. I think Nick Pope's been very busy.
They've been better in recent weeks, Newcastle, so potentially that will work in their favour. PSG have had a poor start to the season.
Have to be fair, yeah.
I'm not so sure it'll be as easy as it may look. Looking at the other games then tonight, because we have got a fair few matches, of course. So we've already had Union Berlin. Yesterday that was. But we've already had a couple of games tonight. Let me find them. We've already had Atletico Madrid beating Feyenoord 3-2, a dramatic one there, and Shakhtar beating Antwerp 3-2 away. So two very exciting matches so far. Hopefully that's not all the goals.
I'll say it's a lot of goals. Hopefully that will continue on into tonight's game.
Yeah, some big other clashes as well. Leipzig welcome Manchester City.
Yes, that could be interesting. I mean, last time they played each other, that was like 7-0.
That was to Man City. Maybe it'll be 7-0 to Leipzig. They get their revenge.
Maybe.
You've got Porto Barcelona. You've got Celtic Lazio. Obviously, the other game in Group F, Dortmund Milan. Then you've also got Crvena Zvezda versus Young Boys. So, yeah, a lot of different games going on out there.
Yeah.
We'll obviously keep tabs on all of them, but our undivided attention will be on the game in front of us. Newcastle versus PSG. Anything else to touch on them before we get in some predictions?
I don't think it will. I think the game will be close, but I worry if PSG score early, whether that could be it. Because I look at the Milan game. If Milan had scored early on, I think the game would have been over.
Yeah.
Because Newcastle really struggled to get going at all in that game. Similar today, if Mbappe gets through on goal in the first 5 minutes and scores, I think it's going to be a tough day for Newcastle. Keep it tight for the first 5, 10, 15 minutes and then see what you can do. Or hit them really fast to go for kick win Newcastle.
Yeah. There's a lot of options, a lot of different options for Newcastle tonight. Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be a good match. As I've said, it's always good to see an underdog in a Champions League match, and I think the ground and the crowd are going to be up for it tonight.
Definitely.
Shall we get some predictions then? Chat, make sure to get involved. Wow. Get involved in the live chat. Give your predictions for tonight's clash. But Harry, who do you think is going to win?
This is a really tough one to call. This is a really tough one to call. I think we've had quite a few of these ones that have been pretty nip and tuck. But I think, do you know what? They've got the home advantage. I'm going for the Geordies.
As Gary said, you do love the Geordies.
I do. I'm quite fond of Pittle from Newcastle, yes. But I think they've got it in the bag. I'll go Newcastle 2, PSG 1. I think Newcastle will open scoring through Isak. Mbappe will then level. It'll be 1-1 at half time. Then in the second half, it'll be. Oh, Tonali's injured, isn't he?
Nope.
No, he's
Starts
playing.
tonight.
It's going to be Sandro Tonali, the Geordie.
Fair enough. I will say 3-0 PSG. Hate to be the bearer of bad
That's
news,
boring.
but PSG are a very, very good side.
Oh, very good.
Check out very much on your side, though. 5 votes so far. 80% voting for Newcastle.
Yeah, they're
20% PSG. So I'm definitely in the minority tonight. But I think PSG are the stronger team here, so I'll go 3-0.
White bin bags on.
I was going to say. I'll go 3-0. I will say goals from Kylian Mbappe, and you guessed it, Rana Colomwani.
Nice one. Jason Tyndall, as expected, soaking in the atmosphere. He'll be out there, like, stepping out thinking, I'm him. So he walked out of St James Park.
He's going to just stand there, arms crossed, looking out,
Yeah.
going, wow,
My people.
I've got here. I'm in a Champions League group stage game. What an exciting
This is monumental for Newcastle. I mean,
Jason
the cameras is on Tyndall because you can't see anyhow because he's behind him.
baffling, isn't it? But
I did like how Trippier's son said he'd rather walk out of Mbappe than his own dad. So John Kieran Trippier, I'm so angry. I mean, look how tight the talent is. This is not a Champions League fit.
they have to go out
They go one by
in
one.
single file, so that it's all mixed between PSG and
Also, they've
Newcastle.
got the mascots lining up.
They would fit because of them, but because they don't want to crush the mascots in there.
On a crush, he's like children.
Now they're just about squeezed in side by side, but what a tiny tunnel. Does that add to it tonight, the small tunnel?
I bet
the
PSG are bricking it.
atmosphere out there? I
can't
don't
breathe
know.
properly.
Oh, Jordan Shelby's turned up there. Look, if you can see him in the crowd.
Which one? Which one? They're all bold. But, I mean, here come out Newcastle. Big night for them. They want to put on a show. Whether they can, who knows?
Yeah, Gary, prediction in chat saying 2-0 Newcastle at the half, but PSG will claw it back for a 2-all final result. And Dad says 3-0 Newcastle, Isak 2 and Wilson to get one from the bench. Bold predictions.
I mean, one of the best atmospheres in football is St James's Park, and it's for nights like this. I mean, the PSG Ultras, you can
Quite
just
the statement, but we'll go with
I
it.
think it is. I honestly think it is one of the biggest atmospheres in football.
I think you're pandering to Newcastle fans watching tonight.
No, honestly, I fully believe it.
Okay, fair enough.
Honestly, you got like, the likes of Dortmund and a lot of French football, but this is different. It's not different. It's not. It's not as good as that.
It's different, yeah.
It is different. I don't think it's
Very
that good.
different.
But obviously, I think it's the best in the Premier League. Maybe Anfield's better, but I think it's the best in the Premier League.
Just keep running through different clubs until
Yeah.
you've listed them all. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good game tonight.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how PSG play, but
I've got no idea what this PSG line's going to be.
It's going to be some weird
Because-
variant or something.
I was going to say it's definitely not going to stay the same for attack and defence.
No.
We can work that much out, but yeah, I have no idea how it's going to look.
Very disciplined. 4-3-3. Get back in shape. Try and find
Yeah.
Isak, or can Gordon do something? Can Almiron have a bit of magic? Can we take the lead? Who knows?
I'd pay to see Alan Shearer's reaction right now, says Gary. Yeah, he's definitely enjoying it tonight. Harry, you're auditioning for Geordie Shaw, saying what they want to hear.
I will never go on Geordie Shaw.
There we go. I want someone to clip that up, and then when Harry goes on Geordie Shaw,
I will
clip
not.
the two
Trust me,
together.
I will never. I swear I will never go on Geordie Shaw.
I'll throw a few £1 million to go on Geordie Shaw.
No.
That's such bother. Right, we are moments away from kick-off now. I'm intrigued to
Jamal
what
Lascelles.
TNT list as the lineup for PSG. Obviously, we can work out. We know who's playing, but I want to
My
know.
only thing
what
with
on earth
Newcastle is
information.
if they do not have a strong bench. In terms
I
of,
don't know.
no, it's a good bench, but I mean like Champions League quality bench.
I mean, yeah.
You're bringing on Elliot Anderson and some geezer called Miley, and not Cyrus. I mean, to be fair, he played against Man City.
Smiley, so-
He played against Man City, didn't he? He put a shift in, to be fair, so maybe
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
But the referee tonight is Van Kovacs from Romania. Hopefully, he doesn't take
right.
inspiration from Simon Hooper.
Well, no, to be fair, Simon didn't do anything wrong. UEFA about to show England how to FA how to referee a football game.
Hopefully so. So it is listed as a back four then. Then a midfield three with Dembele playing middle midfield and then Mawani out on the right. I guess Dembele could be playing attacking midfield. I don't see him playing middle midfield though.
No.
I think it'd be more like a 4-2-3-1 with Dembele just
Yes.
playing in that central central role. But yeah, I really don't see him playing in deep midfield.
Big night for Freddie Howe. His first obviously game in Champions League management. Big night for Jason Tyndall. He thinks it's his first night in Champions League management. It's not. He's just got to sit there. Luis Enrique, I kind of forgot he's PSG manager until earlier on today. But we'll see what he can do.
Fair enough.
I don't really know. It's one of those, like, who is managing at the moment?
Yeah. There's so many managers, high-level managers that are unemployed, which is, baffling. But yeah. Joseph, welcome to the stream. Hi, people. 2-1 PSG with a prediction. Fair enough. So very much a split across the people in chat.
Ooh.
The poll in chat, 86% going for Newcastle.
Newcastle got red numbers on tonight. What's that? Was that 4 something? Or...
Well, I believe it's because they can. So I don't think they can do that in the Premier League. They would have to run the Premier League standard white numbers, but because it's the Champions League, they can have red numbers.
Nice. I like it.
And we are underway. PSG wasting no time tonight, getting started. And the ball at the top quickly for Kolo Muani, but it's gone for his legs, and Shah cleans it up well. Gordon trying to battle in the air with Achraf Hakimi, but he loses out.
That could be a really fun battle tonight.
Yeah.
Gordon versus Hakimi.
Definitely.
Who would have thought that had been a sentence a couple of years ago?
And Tonali wins the ball back here for Newcastle, trying to drive it forwards. Has Gordon down the line, tries to use Anthony Gordon, but it's won back by PSG. And the Parisians back in possession. So so it looks like Gonçalo Ramos is playing
Deeper.
Attacking midfield.
Game headed at the moment.
Yeah, I believe he is.
Wow.
So Dembele out on the right here, and he's just lost out to Dan Burn, but that will be a PSG throw.
I mean, this battle on this kind of near side to us is going to be brilliant. Gordon versus Hakimi, Dembele versus Burn.
That is the fight we all want to see this season.
Mbappe will be very exciting as well.
Yeah. Gary says 80% Newcastle in the poll. Must have some undercover Geordies in the chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, do get involved in the chat, whether you're a Geordie or just a general fan. Get involved, keep it active, keep it lively tonight. It should be an exciting game, and we want to see your reactions as we react to the action. Here is Dembele now, plays it into the path of Achraf Hakimi, and he manages to get there, but he's seen out by Shah.
That's incredible. Hakimi and Dembele run that. Yeah, I will be scared. That is fast.
Difficult evening for Dan Burn.
Yeah, that's right. He's got it. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, Gordon, if he can get back in and do defensive shooting, he's arguably quicker than both of them.
Yeah, definitely.
And if Dembele gets to his max speed, his knees will go anyway. So
I was like, yeah.
They don't need to worry too much.
It's good to see him being able to play football.
Yeah. Hopefully he can enjoy a sustained period without any injuries.
It's been a very long time since I watched Ousmane Dembele play a game of football.
Dembele. The Pope going long. Now here is Dembele on this right-hand side. Gets around Dan Burn. Now he cuts inside. Plays it into Zaire Emery. A 1-2 with Kylian Mbappe who cut in. Now it is Hakimi. It's a very fluid attack tonight. I think Colomani's playing left wing as well.
Back through the middle. They probably went, hang on back.
There's a two up front, but Ramos drops him.
Yeah.
He's almost attack midfielder. But yeah.
I don't know, I'm kind of getting the feeling that it is going to be
Hakimi.
Let's give the ball to Mbappe, let him run at Jamal.
Gianluigi Donnarumma. Now it's with Marquinhos. And Gordon wins it out. Wins it back and puts it out. And he garners quite the reaction from the crowd there.
He knows exactly what he's doing there, because as soon as he saw them react, he decided that he would react as well and get them going. And it's really smart. But it's as a player, he will feel that on the pitch. Because he'd have heard that reaction as soon as he won the ball. Well, he did kick off for a goal kick, but the way they reacted, you think they'd have scored a goal. And it will be like that for Newcastle tonight. I mean, that is audacious.
Share goes long. And that's now into the hands of Donnarumma. Now Marquinhos. Ugarte round the corner into the path of Achraf Hakimi. And his ball over the top looking for Dembele, but Pope acting as the sweeper. And he claims it well.
Thought he just caught the ball. Newcastle Liverpool 2.0 decides to just handball the ball in the middle of the pitch.
And he lifts it long, looking for Isak. And Isak does well to fight with Skriniar in there, but it comes off and it's a PSG ball. Hakimi trying to go down the line, swept up by Shah, and he's cool, calm, collected with Ramos pressuring him. Tonali now looking for Isak. Isak does get something on it, but he just puts it out
I
for a
think
throw.
Newcastle have got players that have played in Europe. Not Bottom playing tonight, but Isak, Tonali.
Yeah, what 1 year of European football for Botman, a little bit of time in Europe for Tonali, obviously with AC Milan. You've got Bruno Guimaraes, who played there with Leon, of course.
Isak and Sociedad.
Yeah, Isak. Whoa, not entirely sure he's played Champions League football, but he definitely played a form of European football.
And obviously Trippier with
obviously
Atleti
does not compare to the experience of this PSG side. I believe every player has played a Champions League game before.
Mbappe, 2 times World Cup winner. It's just
Mbappe to Dembele, and they've been led off there, Newcastle. A low-driven effort just wide of the far post then.
Dan Burn's
easily could have been 1-0 PSG.
Dan Burn has to be aware when Dembele that's massive.
And this is something we've not really seen in Kylian Mbappe's skill set before. It's a diagonal ball, perfectly weighted, perfectly delivered, and almost finished off.
To be honest,
French
Dembele could square that to Ramos, and Ramos had an easy goal.
Well, even that shot should have gone in. I'd argue it was a decent effort.
But I think Dan Burn can't shift across tonight. He's got to stay at Dembele and let the centre-half deal with Ramos. Because if not, that's going to happen. And eventually, Dembele will go, well, thank you very much, I'm going to slap that top corner.
Yeah, you've got to feel that PSG maybe should have took advantage of that. I like Marquinhos there, getting the travelling Parisians going. And that's definitely not kept on there by Burn. Right, yeah, exactly. He was looking up and trying to encourage, so I'm guessing he's seeing the fans and not the moon. But you could be mistaken. Now it's with Hakimi on the near side.
I wonder what the walk is like. I mean, anyone's been
between
Newcastle
him
away.
and Ugarte. Skriniar there. Makes a bit of a pig's ear of it, but he's recovered it nicely. Now here is Lucas Hernandez. Ball up the line looking for Mbappe, but it's recovered well by Jamal Lascelles. And now Nick Pope. And he will kick that out for another throw. At the moment, his distribution isn't really coming off. A lot of it going out of play, and it's leaving Newcastle under the cosh at the moment.
Jamal Lascelles and Kylian Mbappe on the same football pitch.
Bruno Guimaraes now driving it through the midfield. Looks for the outball to Gordon. Falls to Tonali. Needs an option here, Sandro Tonali. Gordon goes inside. And then he draws the foul from Manuel Ugarte. Smart that from Anthony Gordon. Good use of his body to draw the foul from the Uruguayan.
Yeah, I think it'll be if Newcastle get anything out of tonight, that front three's got to work some magic.
Trippier over this very deep free kick. Inside his own half, in fact. Don't really expect anything to come of this, but you never know.
Jamal Lascelles.
No goals in any of the other Champions League games tonight. Obviously, we'll be keeping tabs on those. Ball flicked on by Lascelles. Isak trying to get there, but it's smart from Donnarumma, who pushes it away from Isak and claims the ball.
The angle's obviously just difficult, but I wonder if he didn't quite fully commit there.
Yeah, potentially.
So you just chuck yourself at that and see if you can get anything on it.
Hakimi, Dembele, Ugarte. That's an ambitious ball long, and I think Hakimi's already given up on it as it is out of play.
It is chucking it down in Newcastle, but the travelling fans aren't really there, bouncing up and down with their shirts off. Fair enough.
That is a vibrant away support, the PSG Ultras. I guess you've got to be loud up there to be heard. But the Geordies have settled into their rhythm in the crowd. There's not a lot of noise or not a lot of movement that we can see. You'd imagine they'll still be vocal.
Yeah.
Not that we can hear right now, but PSG fans up there bouncing.
Also, with how high Hakimi's getting, it does look like it's going to be a 3-on-3 in attacking areas for Newcastle.
Yeah, that is what you expect from any team operating with Achraf Hakimi as a right back.
Yeah.
He's pretty much a right winger. Yeah, one of the best, if not the best, attacking right backs in the world.
Equally with his pace, he can afford to do that because he will sprint back if they really need him.
But he is also good defensively, as you say. Yeah. Mbappe here putting the pressure on Lascelles and forces Lascelles into an error. And now it's a PSG thrown on the far side.
Felt like Lascelles
Hernandez.
do that.
No.
But it also looked like he
goes
did
back.
He just leather it into the crowd.
Skriniar. Now Marquinhos. He's under a bit of pressure from Alex Isak, but it goes back to Skriniar. PSG just look a lot more comfortable in this situation, and that's understandable. A lot of their players much more experienced in these types of competitions, and they just look a much more composed side in possession, a lot calmer. And to be fair, obviously Newcastle aren't really a possession-based team, whereas PSG are, so it does make sense. Any Luis Enrique side you would expect to have above 60% of the ball.
Yeah.
Marquinhos. Ramos tries to flick it around the corner, but it's won back by Newcastle, but is headed away for a PSG throw again. PSG racking up quite a few throws at the moment as everything in the air. Newcastle are just smacking out.
Yeah, I mean, the heavens have opened as well in the last few minutes because it was not raining prior to kick-off.
Does that suit Newcastle tonight?
Probably.
Yeah, it makes it a little more difficult to play a nice brand of football. Starts to get a little bit dirty. Isak here on the edge of the area gives it to Gordon. This is a promising area for Newcastle. Turns his man well. Burn, Tonali. This could go into the box. Tries to play it into the feet of Dan Burn, but it hasn't quite come off.
Yeah, I mean, the rain works both ways in football. Defenders are going to flip. Balls are going to be a bit dodgy or a bit, deceiving.
Slid through as well.
A few more daisy cutters. And Newcastle fans quite enjoying the fact that Kylian Mbappe failed to bring the ball down there and has conceded a throw-in. That is probably the only time tonight they'll be allowed to mock Kylian Mbappe.
And we have got a goal in a Champions League game. It's Celtic 1, Lazio 0.
What?
Not what we expected to see. A goal from Kyugo Furuhashi. Apologies if I butchered that pronunciation. But Furuhashi, the Japanese forward, scoring for Celtic. And they're 1-0 up against Lazio.
What's going on? I can't deal with that. That's not something my brain can process. Celtic are beating Lazio. That's just not okay.
Actually, Lazio were quite the story in match week 1 of the Champions League as they drew that Atletico Madrid at the last moment thanks to is it Ian Provedel, their goalkeeper?
Yeah.
Scored in the last minute of the goal.
Wow, that had a really interesting first 2 game weeks of the Champions League.
Ivan Provedel.
Ivan.
Not Ian.
Good header.
Probably should have realised his name's not Ian.
Long ball, yeah. No bloke out. Oh, this is good for Isak. He's beaten Skriniar to it and the referee...
Pull back for something.
Oh, I don't know.
Offside. No, whistle.
I'm not sure that was a push,
That is pathetic.
Oh,
that is
Skriniar's misjudged it and he's made it like a push forward. Isak was through as well.
Hakimi. Yeah, he still had a lot of work to do, but I get that frustrations there. Ugarte. Fantastic turn.
That's pretty good.
So good in possession, man, when Ugarte.
Dan Burn looks lost.
Dan Burn trying to chase Ousmane Dembele. Brilliant football that from PSG. Advantage played. Zaire-Emery, Mbappe. He's ran into trouble, but it doesn't matter because it's Kylian Mbappe. Hakimi. Needs a pass forward. Turns out he's happy to take players on himself. Now here is Kylian Mbappe. Hakimi. Now Ugarte. It's not exactly clean, but it's found its way to Zaire-Emery. Hernandez. Mawani. Zera, it's a poor pass, really poor pass. From Randall Kolo Mawani. Isak. Prods it into Gordon. Gordon now. Tonali plays it to Isak. This is good from Newcastle. Has he got the beating of Achraf Hakimi? He has. Alex Isak driving into the box, takes a shot. It's blocked by Marquinhos and hacked away by Zaire-Emery. Guimaraes under pressure, knocked it back to Shaw. And he'll go back to go.
Much better for Newcastle. Really good stuff. And Isak, we're only just past the 10-minute mark. Worth a shot there. Because it was blocked, but that could have deflected, that could have gone round him. You never know.
Just fan not happy with Celtic going 1-0 up.
I
was going to say. I am more surprised by that than anything else. Lascelles. Trippier. Now Longstaff. Trippier. Back into Longstaff. This is nice again now from Newcastle. Bruno. Almiron. Trying to drive forwards, hasn't quite come off. Ugarte, and neither of them really committed to it. And that's a poor pass out from Hakimi. Here is Miguel Almiron takes the aim, but it was rising, and it rose over the bar.
Yeah, he got under it there, just panicked a little bit. Sort of seen his his eyes were lit up as soon as he saw he have a go, and he's just kind of spooned it over the bar. But Really slotted from PSG again in the middle of the park, in possession of the ball.
Hakimi comes inside. It's a shocking pass across. I don't really know who the intended target was with that. But...
I mean, really positive first 15 minutes for Newcastle. Really positive.
Yeah. Marquinhos. Now it's with Hakimi. And it's an intercepted pass by Bruno Guimaraes, who shoulders off Goncalo Ramos' efforts to foul him.
Even on the floor.
Almiron, brilliant turn.
Was he fouled?
Does get brought down, and the ref awards a free kick.
Yeah,
Not a bad error, and this is going to be a talking to at the very least here.
It is chucking it down, by the way.
Great movement from Miguel Almiron. Hernandez is complaining.
I think he's throwing his teammate under the bus. Two went in for the tackle.
No, that's definitely... Oh, no, it's Ugarte. It's Ugate's tackle, which does foul him. I think that's what Hernandez is trying to say.
Hernandez just gone, mate, that weren't me, and just thrown his own teammate under the bus. I mean, I get it, but I wouldn't appreciate that if I was Manuel Ugarte. But, I mean, with Kieran Trippier, set piece, on a cold, wet night in Newcastle...
I don't think he's close enough here.
I don't think he's going to hit it, no. It would be magical if he did, but I don't think he's going to hit it, but... Really strong start from Newcastle.
We've seen him score for this distance before. I mean, if we think back to the World Cup in Russia in 2018, 28 metres to goal.
Who's he passing this to? No,
he's shooting. He's shooting. It's just whether
he's hitting this. Kieran Trippier fancies himself to write his name into Newcastle folklore.
Trippier, it's into the wall.
Dear. That was so...
We need to stop building up free kicks.
Yeah, really. Next one, it's someone to go like slate him off.
You're never going to mention the fact it's a free kick.
No. Oh, there's a foul there. And just sit here in silence and he takes it.
Hakimi, Marquinhos, now Hakimi. Now goes back to Marquinhos. But Newcastle's done well so far. They've not played too much. Poor Isak! What a tackle! Newcastle are 1-0 up against PSG. Here was the Trader's Park. He's jumped into the crowd. Stewards are having a hold Newcastle fans off him. But they will not care. It's pure elation here in Newcastle. Newcastle 1, PSG 0. And they've only got themselves to blame for that one, PSG. Sloppy at the back. A big error, almost an Isak goal, fell to Almiron and he cut the rebound into the far netting. Newcastle 1, PSG 0.
I mean, the whole of St James's Park is just absolutely erupted. And it's just really slow, really slow play from PSG.
It is shocking.
But it's not only the slottiness, but then the reaction. If Isak gets the ball, he has a shot, save on the run.
Great finish from Miguel Almiron.
And Almiron has the time to set himself up. Get it on the right side of his body.
To score.
Brilliant finish. Brilliant finish. And the whole of Newcastle has just imploded.
Isak's unlucky. That is a world-class save from Donnarumma.
Not stopping that.
Not a lot he can do about the second. Skriniar should have got out to him quicker.
What a finish.
Poor positioning from Milan Skriniar. And it's a very, very well-taken finish from the Paraguayan. Miguel Almiron.
Huge goal. And Newcastle, they thoroughly deserve it. PSG have been really poor. Maybe they're feeling the pressure of St James's Park, which as soon as that ball hit the back of the net, went absolutely mental. Newcastle got a buzz about them, and they're now putting the pressure straight back on PSG.
Donnarumma. Dembele.
Scenes. Absolute scenes. This is what the Champions League's made of.
That's great from Gordon. Newcastle playing with confidence now. Bruno Guimaraes needs an option. Trippier making the overlap. It hasn't come off. Out now for a Newcastle throw. Alan Shearer is very happy with that one as well.
Lomo's just, BT probably called him up saying, so TNT, can you come pundit? No, I'm sitting in my box, I'm watching. Just one little shade give me on.
The chat can't quite believe Newcastle lead here. Gary's saying, yeah. And Chelsea fan also saying, wow. And it's a good goal. It certainly was. Miguel Almiron hasn't really been in great form this season in the Premier League. But potentially that will lead him to kick on. It's another sloppy pass. Sandro Tonali now winning a half of the pitch. Newcastle coming forward again. Miguel Almiron. Bit further out this time. Much further out.
PSG have been playing really poor.
Zaire-Emery
It's
driving forwards.
Now they're going to score and shut me out.
Dembele. Tricky feet from Dembele. It's cut out by Jamal Lascelles.
But this really sums up PSG's season. It's sloppy all over. It's lazy. It's lacklustre.
Great challenge from Bruno. Another roar from the crowd.
They celebrated that tackle when they did the goal.
That's what they need tonight, though. Every touch, every tackle,
it's so important for PSG.
Every pass needs a cheer.
Yeah.
Because it's put PSG on edge, and they've made sloppy errors that have been punished by Newcastle.
PSG have made errors since the rain fell down.
Yeah. They can't handle it.
No.
As you were saying earlier, St James's Park had an incredible atmosphere.
English weather is very unpredictable.
And I'm sure
it was bone dry at 8:01, and now we're sitting at 8:22, and it's absolute chucking it down.
Longstaff. Shah moves it out wide. Anthony Gordon now. He's really good, Gordon.
Yeah. And all Newcastle have done have been on their toes and been up for it. And PSG have done the rest of the work for them.
Good pass out wide from Shah.
Keep giving them the ball.
Down the line. Almiron tries a little bit too fast. His pass to Bruno. Not quite on the same wavelength, and now PSG in possession. Ugarte. Just devoid of options there. He's looking around for somebody to pass to, and there's just nobody. It's because they're sat in this front five.
I think none of that front line want to drop in.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to tell Kylian Mbappe, you're not going to tell Kylian, you're not going to tell any of them to drop in.
Dembele thinks he's got the beating of Dan Burnett.
No, he doesn't.
No, he does not. Another roar. He's elevated with the crowd. The crowd are in. Absolutely.
I wonder if Eddie Howe has said
sensation
to the Newcastle team, whenever you make a tackle,
use the crowd.
Look to the crowd and just
use the crowd
out.
tonight. Because every time they make a tackle, it's double
fair,
fist bumps. It's a roar at the crowd, and they roar back 10 times louder.
Newcastle have played it to a T for the first 30 minutes. The conditions, the atmosphere, and they're soaking
up the pressure well, reacting to the PSG mistakes, being on them, pressing them high, and being strong in the tackle.
Oh, that's really
the crowd has been. I mean, I'm sure the adrenaline at the moment is still coursing through the veins. The crowd's up for it. The players are up for it, and that's making the difference right now. The PSG are coming forwards. Mawani tries to play it across. Cut out by Fabian Schär, but a little bit of a let off for Newcastle because they did get opened up a bit.
Every time they offend, no man is left unmarked. Ever. No one gets time to breathe.
Kylian Mbappe has 2 on him every time.
Jamal Lascelles is, he's just literally put his hand in his pocket so he can't get away from him. But, it's been really poor from PSG, but Newcastle are absolutely, they are loving it out there. I think they look like they'll be out there.
Marquinhos. Now Skriniar. Plays it into Zaire-Emery. Great movement from the young lad. He has Ramos. He's going to go alone. Oh, it's not far away from Warren Zaire-Emery.
That's the problem. That can always happen.
Potentially should have used his options there. He had Ramos to his right, Mbappe to his left. They didn't catch it cleanly in the end.
I was actually a lot wider than it looked. Camera was deceiving. I thought it whistled past the post. Now it's a good 5 yards away.
It's not too bad an effort, but could have used some better options there.
If you're delivering that ball into the crowd, you're not getting it back.
When you've got Mbappe in front of you.
Yeah, that ball's going on some bloke's shirt, and it's not a car. He's taking it home, selling it on eBay when he gets back.
That man's a millionaire.
Yeah.
Will and he's bought that.
Yeah. He's hiding in his mum's handbag.
Oh God! Again, just so sloppy from PSG. They've got away with one there, and that's definitely a foul. As Tonali pulls down Ugarte.
He really wanted that football.
Yeah, Skriniar there just made a mess of the clearance, and it put them under the cosh.
What Newcastle have always done is they've always had players that will die for the badge. But what they've done now,
dies a bit.
They wear their heart on their sleeve every time they put a Newcastle shirt on. But what they've done now is they've managed to buy world-class players that wear their heart on their sleeve.
Yeah.
That fit the club.
Stuff, no. Harsh, because he's done really well tonight. Yeah.
Like Sandro Tonali, very passionate footballer. And no matter whoever he's playing for, whatever shirt he's got on, he will give 115%.
Hernandez tries to play it through, cut out by Trippier. Options inside, sprays it out wide. Here's Miguel Almiron. Newcastle are coming forwards. It's a 4-on-4. Gives it into Isak. Isak holds it up. Longstaff.
Hit it, mate. Why not? Show Longstaff beauty in the Champions League.
And now Newcastle can hold on to possession. Lifts it out wide. Trippier knocks it on. Almiron, it's just a little past him. But he's put pressure on, and Marquinhos has put it out for a corner.
Donnarumma and Marquinhos are not talking to each other.
Shocking. This from
And a lot of
PSG.
people who concede corners because that gives Newcastle a chance to go over and see their fans.
It's not surprising, though. It's not surprising, this PSG. They're a side full of egos. They don't click. They don't connect. And that's the complete opposite of what Newcastle have. This Newcastle squad have this togetherness, have this fight, this spirit. This PSG side look devoid of that. It's a shell of a club.
We've seen
no heart there.
We've seen it in League One this year. They've been really below standards and they don't work together. And now we're seeing it again tonight.
And well, Dan Burn might just get his head on this, and it might well be 2-0. Trippier plays it short.
Routine. Oh, right,
Fabian Shaw.
I thought it scored.
So close for Newcastle.
Routine.
I wasn't expecting it, but Trippier. How did Shaw evade marking here? Oh, it ripples past the post.
You feel like he's got hit. I mean, obviously it's a great effort and really close, but I feel like he's actually got to hit the target there. To be a bit harsh.
I don't know what hit the ball and the crowd erupt again.
But in that conditions, really smart just to fizz the ball along the floor, and Shaw makes the run away, and that was so close to being a goal.
And we've got the typical goal. It's Leipzig 0, Manchester City 1. Only took
What a
25.
surprise! Erling Haaland scored it.
Philip Walter Foden.
That's good. Well, here comes Mbappe. He plays it to Ousmane Dembele. It's 4-on-5 at the back. He capped it back, but it's one back again. It's a port. Oh no, it's a lot. They've lost it again.
Also, by the way, does anyone have a clue what on earth this Manchester City system is?
No.
Apparently, a Kanji plays in DM today, whistling past the post there. A Kanji is the inverting DM. Then Rico Lewis is playing in attacking midfield. I'd imagine that's Bernardo attacking midfield and Rico Lewis out wide right. But either way, this is a weird system.
Unless he's gone for something new. Mbappe puts it the box, and that is straight over and out for a goal kick.
Mbappe looks frustrated.
He's probably thinking, I'm standing here in the pouring rain in England, in Newcastle, England, and we're losing. I don't want to
I had to Google where it was before this game.
What's in Newcastle? I did see something very funny is that some Newcastle fans booked a table in Wetherspoons and they put their name as Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain. And when it says on the table, it says this table is reserved at 4:00 for Paris Saint-Germain. So it looks like that PSG would rock out at Wetherspoons on a Friday night.
Good, that.
Not Friday night, Sunday night. No, Monday night. Get it right.
Yeah, Chelsea man updating us with the 1-0 Man City. Yeah, Phil Foden with that goal then. And Gary thought that was in. With the Shaw one. Yeah. It was not far away. Colomwani beats 1, beats 2, but can't beat 3, though apparently that was a foul.
Tough crowd for this referee.
Yeah, you've got to give everything the home way, if not you're going to get a little bit of backlash. But obviously I don't think the ref will be... But it's a dive. That is a blatant dive. That's a yellow for simulation.
I don't like when players do
and
that.
Public humiliation.
I think that's pathetic.
1-0 Sunderland as well. Not a Champions League game.
Pathetic human being.
Whoa. Let's not disrespect Colomwani. Actually, not a player.
Yeah, he's a very good player, but I think, just a dive. Disgusting.
I don't think... Okay.
I don't like it. I just don't like it. It's cheating.
It's crazy, yeah. I don't think if you're smart enough to get away with it, then artful.
No.
Zaire Emery. Into Goncalo Ramos.
Oh, I thought Charles would wipe him out.
Oh, he has.
Right. Charles wiped himself out.
Charles been stamped on here by... I don't think it's a deliberate stamp at all, but... No, it's... it's an elbow into the jaw.
That one's going to hurt a little bit.
From Goncalo Ramos. Not intentional, I don't think.
No.
Just leading with the arm.
Just give me a couple of minutes, mate, and I'll be fine. It's a shoulder. That's a shoulder.
Ooh, that could be a lot worse. Parity is restored in Glasgow.
Fine.
Celtic 1, Lazio 1. Matthias Vecino. Normality is back.
The world has resembled itself. World peace is at once again.
To see it. The birds are singing again.
Yeah.
Gordon there. Getting stuck in. He's had a great game so
I
far.
like Jason Tinder, like Eddie Howe's shadow.
Hakimi.
I would look down at the second area. Eddie Howe's there, like in a squatting position, keep pointing, and Jason Tinder was just behind him, kind of doing the same thing.
So squatting. Really, like, uncomfortably close behind him.
Just breathing down his neck. Eddie Howe jumps, Jason Tinder screaming instruction in his ear.
Burn.
Oh, damn, Burn's on a drive.
Maybe we just
know,
whispering
that's
softly into his ear. Here's Burn.
Wonder why Burn was over there.
Hakimi. Needs to play it inside sooner. Goes to Dembele. Dembele cuts it back to Bruno Guimaraes. No one's there.
PSG cut out the
Isak.
sloppy errors, but they're still not playing good football.
Because they're just so dysfunctional, disjointed in attack. Guimaraes, long ball forward.
Who was that to?
No one, by the looks of it.
It's because Isak dropped in and he went, oh, I'm going to smash that to the space then. Isak gets himself back up front. Half an hour played here, and what a half an hour for Newcastle United.
Indeed. It's been very good. Been very good. The atmosphere has been electric. The game has been fantastic, and I hope it keeps up like this the rest of the evening.
Yeah, and some goals as well. Like some
goals. That would be ideal.
That would be fun. Skriniar taking his time on the ball. He's struggled a little bit to start off with tonight under pressure. Tonali again putting up. You got under pressure. Oh, that's another soft one. Come on, ref, mate. Let's let the game play. We're to watch football, not stop-start every time someone touches someone. There's Emery picking the ball up, gives it to what's his name? Fernandez. Got his left back.
Here's Manuel Ugarte. Now it's Hakimi. Looks down the line. It's Dembele. And he can drive inside. Ousmane Dembele. Looking at 4 options. Finds Hernandez on the far side. Now it's with Colomwani. Zaire-Emery. Ugarte. Plays inside. Ramos can't find Dembele and it's cleared away by Shah. Isak. Header is lost. Here's Marquinhos. Now Hernandez, Zaire-Emery. It's amazing how I would say the best player on the pitch for PSG has been Warren Zaire-Emery.
Yeah.
The 18-year-old, 19-year-old.
He was a shot.
He's looked the most comfortable. Yeah. He's looked the most confident, most composed, and he's the youngest in the team. Baffling.
Equally, he's probably the one that's got the smallest ego.
Yeah. To anyone that doesn't have a superhero.
If I was him, I'd probably leave pretty quickly.
Bruno. Now it's Isak. He can't go anywhere. Strong challenge.
I think that's an interesting thing. Oh, Isak, that was a little bit late. And he injured himself in the process.
And Hernandez down.
No, just late. It was more of a collision, to be fair.
This will be a concern. Obviously, Lucas Hernandez has struggled with injuries throughout his career. And he just gets caught on the knee
Isak expected Hernandez to clear the ball, and instead he stopped and stood still. Hernandez back to his feet, Isak's still on the floor, and now I'm going to call the physios over. Hope he's alright. Obviously, is Callum Wilson on the bench?
He is on the bench, yeah. Callum Wilson, I believe.
Useful, that.
I will double check.
Luis Enrique not very happy at all with his side, who are now getting some drinks in. Oh, Isak is
no, sorry. No Wilson on the bench tonight.
That's not good. Isak means bleeding from his eye. I think it's got to be, because I hope he's alright.
Yeah. Jacob Murphy, the only recognised attacker on the bench.
I mean, it was his shot that was saved and then failed to make a hammer on. And this is the fact he's got time to shift his body and put it onto his left. Great finish. Beautiful finish.
Yeah.
And the crowd, who were already on their feet because Isak's shot was saved, then just stayed standing up for Miggy Almiron to go and smack it in the back of the net.
Yeah. But concerns now around Alex Isak. Hopefully he's all right to continue.
They'll put it. Hopefully
it's not as serious as it looks. So,
I mean, hopefully they'll just patch up, give him like a.
Fans have headed back to the bench then. Players have headed back to the bench.
Jason Tyndall.
So bleeding from the head then. Alex Isak.
I mean, this must be horrible as well. It's chucking it down with rain, just getting soaked.
Tonali and Eddie Howe engaged in some discussion here over how best to.
I mean, I think this will be. I mean, Lewis and Enrique will be.
The rest of this first half.
We'll take this pause as a bit of a blessing for PSG. To release another pressure. I think the referee and physio just having a chat there. I think the referee's just telling them, look, if he needs to come off, you've got to bring him off.
Yeah, I mean, they'll try and bandage him up and then get him back on there, which I think is what they're going to do now. It looks like they managed to control the
just
bleeding.
above his eye, like about there.
It's more surely concussion protocol. Well, if it's just a superficial cut, then there's no sort of head injury, Gary. So it depends. Very much depends, but I don't think he's...
Referee tripped over his leg.
I don't think it's been a big blow to the head. It may just be a cut.
No. Newcastle fans are like, they came dressed. He's now slapped back up again.
As they are bandaging his head.
I mean, brilliant spectacle at St James's Park. Brilliant spectacle. Brilliant atmosphere. And, there'll be a lot of ad time. They are, just go bandage his head up. He's going to change his shirt as well.
So there's a bit of blood on that.
Yeah, it's just
just above his right eye. Fortunately, it's not any lower.
Yeah.
But Alex Isak then.
He's going to carry on.
The Warrior.
Yeah.
And he earns himself an applause from the Newcastle fan.
I spoke earlier about wearing your heart on your sleeve and
your blood on your shirt.
Yeah.
Apparently. Yeah.
Dying for the badge.
Is there no mandatory concussion protocol in football, says Gary? Well, if there's any signs of concussion, obviously they bring the player off, but there's no signs of concussion there.
But it's just in the Premier League, I said concussion gloves. In the Champions League, they don't.
Do they not?
I don't think so.
Okay.
So I think they want to bring
still 5 substitutions though. So I don't.
They would bring it. They do have to check for it.
I think the main reason they've got the concussion substitution is if you're on 5, you don't try and leave a concussed player on. Is the main reason behind that. But with 5 substitutions,
I think they'd probably checked over, asked him what his name is and things like that.
Of course. They'll do the compulsory checks, make sure he was okay. But if there's no suspicion of any sort of injury, then there's no reason to bring him off.
Yeah.
Watch Isak score a header now. Brandish provides some extra spraying. Yeah.
Silly foul there from Colomani.
Another goal in the Champions League then. Crvena Zvezda go 1-0 up at home to Young Boys.
Man, they've had a great tournament. So far.
Have they?
I mean, they challenged. Did they get a point? Did City beat them in the end? Did they get a point? Oh.
It was Man City.
I thought they drew.
No.
What was the score?
3-1.
Oh.
They were 1-0 up at half time.
I thought, I got.
Then Alvarez scored twice, and then Roger had a third.
Oh yeah, boring. Here's Dan Burn. Isak's back on the pitch with his new headgear on, and he looks great. Really, I mean, matches the kit, which is good.
Yeah.
I don't think he's changed his shirt. He must have not. He wouldn't have that much time.
A group consisting of Newcastle, PSG, Milan and Dortmund is being topped by a team which starts Dan Burn and Matty Longstaff tonight.
And Jamal Lascelles. That's crazy. That's brilliant. This is the pinnacle of football.
Yeah.
How far can Newcastle go in the Champions League?
Oh, the bloody way, mate. Almiron driving forwards, gets tripped up by Hernandez. Now he's lucky he's got Skriniar behind him, but this is surely going to be the first yellow card of the evening, and it is indeed.
I mean,
free kick in a good area.
I think it probably was he was the fact that Skriniar's there though. Was there a need?
That's his ankle.
That was going to hurt.
Yeah, it's a weird one that from
especially
Hernandez.
In the cold. That is going to hurt
because he wasn't in on goal.
No,
with that, if not, he would have been off now. But
Skriniar was right in front of him. Didn't need to do that.
About a little unnecessary.
A big chance for Newcastle here. Yeah, Almiron just hobbling that one. That is going to hurt. Bit nasty. Studs on the top of the foot.
Yeah.
It's
on the ankle.
Yeah, it's just going to hurt a lot.
So he's just trying to walk it off now, Almiron. Does seem to be in some discomfort. And just while we're waiting for this free kick to be taken, a thank you to everyone that's tuned in this evening. It's been a very good stream so far. Of course, if you are just watching in the background, that is more than fine. But if you want to get involved in chat, do not be afraid to do so. Give your thoughts. Hi. Introduce yourself. Any of that sort of stuff. So, free kick now for Newcastle. It's a little wide, so you think this will be a dink ball in, but Trippier may fancy himself. Dinked ball towards Lascelles. He's brought down the box.
Oh. Was it?
There is a shot. Give a right. Try to go score. Still alive.
Oh, is this what
Ball in. Burn. Off the line. Shot.
Flags up.
What is going on?
Offside.
Oh, my God.
I think there's going to be a lot to look at.
I was going to say, right. Is this over the line? Is it offside? What is called?
So it's not over the line because that had been flagged up already.
So there is no goal here anyway.
No.
It's only if there's a potential penalty. So Lascelles, there was a claim.
Lascelles looked like he just.
I know it's PSG players going as a handball on Lascelles.
I'm guessing this was offside.
Potentially.
And then
it is over the line.
Over the line.
Well and truly over the line, but I think it's given offside.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we'll have a look here.
Yeah.
Let's review this because this is potentially a goal. They're going to check the offside.
Because he's on, it's a goal.
So VAR is checking. Every butthole is in the stadium is clenched, as Gary says.
Honestly, I don't know how. I mean, it did go in the goal. I was about to have that.
Could be glorious for
I mean, I'd like to
Newcastle.
see it rather than sit here and watch the referee just get wet.
I don't see anything wrong with this.
Aaron's down, but gone down by the way. So he's all right. He's getting a bit of treatment.
It looked
Here we
like-
go. He's on.
He's on.
He's
So Bruno Guimaraes is on. Dan Burn is very much on. And
No
that
foul
is
there.
on over the line by quite some distance. This should be 2-0 Newcastle. The only question is, does it strike Jamal Lascelles' arm in the build-up?
There's a lot to go through here for the UEFA officials, and they'll still do a better job than anyone employed by Pete Joel would.
But then you've also got a question, does the Jamal Lascelles handball happen in the same phase of play? Because there's at least 5 passes.
I don't know if he did handball. Honestly, it looked like he glitched out. He went up the header, and then the ball didn't move, and neither did he. What's he given? I don't know what that means. Think we've gone back to the offside?
Don't know what has been awarded
Nothing's,
here.
he's just pointing everyone to go over there.
I think he just wants people away from
He's
him.
still got the plans in the
Okay. No decision made yet.
Some bloke's like, what's going on?
I think it's just sad.
As Dan Burn made it 2-0 Newcastle.
Should have.
What's the referee shouldn't have chain on? That's not protocol. Not allowed that.
It's Champions League, mate.
Chance to do what he wants.
Yeah.
Also, who's going to tell him to take it off?
Yeah. Who's going to tell the big belly Romanian man he can't
Yeah.
wear straight?
And we still wait. I mean, Lewis, this would be massive.
I think this has to be awarded, in my opinion. I think this has to be awarded. I don't see anything wrong with it.
No.
And I think that's what VAR are going to say here. It wasn't offside. The only question is around the Jamal Lascelles potential handball.
I mean, it's hard to say. It just looked like the ball stopped in mid-air, so did his body. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
Whistle goes.
Goal! Newcastle 2, PSG 0. Dan Burn's goal will stand after a VAR check. It wasn't offside. And on the stroke of half time, Newcastle double their advantage. It's 2-0 Newcastle. Dan Burn has scored in a Champions League match. And Marquinhos is begging for a yellow here as he protests to the referee. Trouble in paradise for Paris. Shocking.
Trouble in Newcastle with Paris.
Yeah. It doesn't.
It's not handball.
Oh no, that's
No,
just
no.
clumsy. I don't think it's handball.
No, it's not handball.
And then it's all. I mean,
it's onside. Don't know how many saves did he make.
but this is on Hakimi. Why is he, instead of trying to win the ball back, protesting to the ref? Hernandez gets out, jumps. Jean-Louis Donnarumma is behind the line when he tries to save it.
offside because their technology actually works and is useful.
Yeah, well on.
How tight was it? Not very at all. Brilliant decision from VAR. Brilliant decision from the referees.
It's a great header
And
from Dan Burn.
Newcastle United.
It is a great
have a
header.
2-goal advantage in the Champions League.
Wow, Chelsea's fan, as he says too.
Look at that. Gordon just ran out the line, get the whole crowd going. They react. I say they react to whatever
Love it.
happens.
They absolutely love it. My prediction holding true so far, Cisco. Hope my second half prediction is wrong though. Yeah, keep the good times rolling.
And Tyndall
for
and
the
Howe.
team.
And look at the Newcastle fans mocking PSG every single time all goes out. Standing ovation for Dan Burns as he walks over to take a throw.
Chelsea fan completely correct with this comment saying Newcastle deserve this. They've been the better team. 100%. 100%. PSG have looked off the boil. They've made too many errors. They've looked inconsistent, and Tonali just whipped the ball into the box. It does get cleared away by Hernandez, but Trippier keeps it alive. Almiron, Trippier, chance again for Newcastle, but he can't keep it on.
Definitely not. And even if he did, he just smashed it out of play anyway.
Half time in Dortmund is no goal to either side there.
Push protests.
Yeah, understandable. Deadlock still not broken in Dortmund. 0-0 there.
We must have got a minute to play, plus probably a bit of additional time for the Isak and the VAR check. I think we're probably looking at 6-7 minutes.
And on second half time, it's 1-0 Barcelona.
Against Porto.
I don't know why, but Xavi's picked up a yellow already in this game, as has João Cancelo, Fabio Cardoso and Gavi. What a game happening over in Porto.
There?
It's Ferran Torres with that one.
Yeah, that's a good goal. He's a good player, not a good guy. Hampton the goal.
Could be terrible.
Could be rubbish. The worst goal ever.
Gary says, so far it seems the Qataris can't hack it on a cold rainy night in Newcastle. Yeah, the Middle East geopolitical derby as we've got playing out here.
7 minutes for this.
So far being won by Saudi Arabia. And as Harry says there, 7 more minutes in this first half. Understandable given the VAR.
Minutes of this. It's been brilliant.
Zaire Emery, nice turn. Could PSG go on back before the break?
Well, I think this is the best we could have asked for, because I think, obviously, Gary predicted it in his prediction. Either PSG come out of the second half looking like a new team and put on a show and claw back in this, or Newcastle going to continue running riot.
So good from Dembele.
He just ran it and tried to push him on the floor.
Dembele. Hakimi, this is really nice football. Ramos. Is he fouled? Yes, he is. Tripped up by Longstaff. The trailing leg. Just catching him there.
If anything, I think it might have been a little bit accidental, but
yeah,
still a foul.
Damn burn better than Kylian Mbappe.
Honestly, I've seen it all now. Yeah, definite foul.
Also, it's a stat. Dan Burn becomes the first ex-Yeovil player to score in a Champions League match.
That's mental.
That is fantastic.
Yeovil Town could now say they've had a ex-player score in the Champions League.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, who's that? Really, isn't guessing it's like a legendary player. No, it's Dan Burn.
Yeah, Dan Burn's towering header against PSG. Jakob Krekar, I hope I pronounced your name there, or Krekar. Apologies if I mispronounced that. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. But now a chance from this free kick. Dembele, good position. Punched away by Pope. That's how you command your 6-yard box, Gianluigi Donnarumma.
Yeah.
Take note. Ugarte. And he's seen out by Trippier, and it's a Newcastle throw.
They're getting wound up now.
Yeah.
Because every time something goes against them, they've got, 40,000 people just cheer.
Mate, there's not even when something goes against him. When something happens.
8-year-old got his shirt off. Mental. Absolutely mental. Almiron putting in the hard yards to keep on the pressure. Can they force the air out? Yes, they can. That will run through all the way to Nick Pope. He's going to take his sweet time.
Sorry, Jakob, I mispronounced it. Is it Kraj? Oh, that's Kraj. So Krajkar is that pronounced? How do I pronounce it then? Can you spell it out phonetically, please? Apologies. But here is Gordon diving inside, and he's brought down by Hakimi.
Hakimi's already on a yellow. He's got to be careful doing things like that.
Yeah. The guy says the reason I predicted the way I did is because Newcastle will be riding the energy in the first half, but PSG have the experience, while Newcastle's might have burnt out by the second half. Hope it isn't the case though.
In either way, it's going to be a great second half.
I live in Slovakia, says Jakob. Is it Jakob or Jakob? Jakob, I'm guessing. That's how you pronounce it, right? I live in Slovakia. Nice. I don't think we've had many Slovakians in chat, so welcome. Fantastic. Welcome to the community.
The cells.
So I was keeping it alive. Ugarte wins it back. That is a PSG goal kick.
Tonali thought he had a corner. Halfway through this additional time then. Brilliant game of football so far. I mean, if PSG get back into this, I think it will have to go down as Champions League game of the season. Equally, the fact Dan Burns scored, it should already be in Champions League game of the season.
Yeah. Moani. Now Dembele. Driving forwards, Dembele now. Ball in, and it's seen out by Lascelles. That's a corner for PSG.
Thought he might have turned it his own net there.
Oh, she's had a good game tonight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even if it wasn't Lascelles, anyone could have turned it his own net.
Yeah.
Just happened to be him that kicked the ball. And, I mean, a corner. They could do with a goal, PSG. Not going to get one, though. Big header for reset.
Yeah, 3 minutes then until the half. Newcastle just hoping to see it out. Isak is bleeding again from his bandage. But I'm guessing not a lot of point for him to try and get that sorted when half time is 3 minutes away.
It's probably just offset his...
It's concerning that if he heads the ball, he bleeds. But yeah, he is putting in a shit.
They'll probably patch it up properly at half time.
Yeah. Put a bit of
so when he heads the ball,
Vaseline on it just to try and smooth over the cut. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, evidently. My solution.
Get the Vaseline out.
Get the Vaseline out, yeah. Owain Cooper, welcome to the stream. Was so shocked when I saw the score. Understandably so, mate. It's been
deserved.
A mental one.
Newcastle deserved every ounce of this result so far.
Yeah.
PSG have been absolutely rubbish.
Yeah, welcome to the stream, by the way, Owain. I'm very familiar with you as a regular contributor on Guess the Footballers. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Mbappe bursts forward, puts the ball to the box, got Kylian Ramos, and that's blocked over the bar.
Newcastle just hanging on towards the end of the half. You know, they've had they've played about 50 minutes of pure hard running and deservedly got 2 goals, but starting to tire out a little bit.
Yeah.
And just, put a bit under the cosh with these succession of corners. That one's a bit wider, like probably aiming for Kylian Mbappe.
Bruno now trying to drive forwards.
Yeah, look at Dan Burn.
Gives it to Dan Burn. Tonali inside. He's driving forward. Sandro Tonali. Has he got the beating of Florence Emery? Someone's down in the box for PSG, and that has been pulled back.
And just they was running they're running together and just collided.
Yeah. Looking at the poll and chat then, 53% saying Newcastle, 33% PSG, 13% draw, so still the favour with Newcastle. You love to see it. Also, only just noticed that you misspelled Newcastle in the poll. Yeah.
How did I spell it?
Newcastle and then LTE.
Did I?
Newcastle.
I didn't even notice that. I typed it out twice.
That was the problem. You spelled it right the first time.
Yeah, probably. Oh, I do apologise.
Bruno has picked up a yellow card there for his involvement. Thanks. I have something to brag to my friends about now. Thanks. Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad, Owen. Ball forward from PSG. Kylian Mbappe brings it down, but that is half time. Newcastle 2, PSG 0. A stunning performance from the Toon in that first 45. Newcastle have been sublime. PSG leaving a lot to be desired as their star-studded squad hasn't got the grit and the determination of this Newcastle army. And at the break, it's 2-0 Newcastle. Do you want to go get a drink?
Yeah.
Do you want me to pull yours up?
Yeah, please do.
You can give your thoughts on the first half.
Now,
That's fine. Back in just a moment, guys.
I mean, what a half of football. That was incredible. I know my prediction. I backed Newcastle to win, but to be honest, I think I was just riding on the fact I wanted to see Jamal Lascelles win a Champions League game. But to be completely honest, Newcastle thoroughly deserve it. They've been absolutely quality. They have not stopped running for the whole of that 45 minutes. They did not give up at any point whatsoever. They just kept running. And they did not stop. And they got what they deserved. They forced mistakes. They won the ball back part of the pitch. They took advantage of those chances. And they've been really quality when they've got into those positions. And they've done really, really well. And they, respect to Eddie Howe and respect to Newcastle. They've played everything right tonight. They've used the weather to their advantage. They've used the home crowd to their advantage massively. Every tackle, every throw, every corner, every shot, Everything someone in a black and white shirt does gets a massive response from the crowd. And that is massively influential. They've used the weather, they've used the crowd, and they've just used kind of pure football knowledge. They know that PSG are a world-class team. They know PSG have got Mbappe, but they've outran them. They've worked harder. They've wanted it more. They've worn their heart on their sleeve. They've gone out tonight. They've gone, we need to prove to our fans that we deserve to be here. And they've put on a show so far. They've taken advantage of their opportunities, and they deservedly lead. And they should be 2-0 up. Really strong performance. I mean, the first goal from Almiron was, again, won the ball high up the pitch. Isak got the ball. He had a shot. It was saved. No one else reacted. Miggy Almiron did. Slots it into the far corner. Brilliant finish. 1-0 Newcastle. Second one, it was scrappy. Bit all over the place. Corner comes in. Lascelles heads it into the ground. Donnarumma parries it. Bruno has a go. Saved by Donnarumma. Tonali gives out back to Bruno, who puts it into the box. Dan Burn then has a header, which crosses the line. It's clawed off the line by Donnarumma. The flag goes up for offside. VAR have a look at it, and eventually it's given us a goal. It was a goal, right decision, correct decision, but it was a bit of a mess and a bit of a scramble that had to be unpicked by VAR, but they eventually got through that. Hopefully Isak can get properly bandaged up at half-time. He took a knock from Lucas Hernandez midway through the first half. He was bleeding just above his eye, about here. And, I mean, that was quickly patched up, but it did look like he was bleeding again. So hopefully they can sort that out at the half, because Callum Wilson isn't on the bench. They haven't got another striker. From PSG point of view, to be honest, it's been shocking. They've been lazy. They've made mistakes. They've been poor. They don't look like they want to be here. Like Kylian Mbappe is walking around like, why am I in Newcastle on a Wednesday night in the pouring rain and we're 2-0 down? I don't want to be here. Yeah, and it's that attitude which is why it's a difference in attitude as to why Newcastle are winning this game. Because PSG are being lazy. PSG can't be bothered. They're not working hard. They're not running for each other. They're not giving it their all. And it comes down to footballing basics at the end of the day. They're not doing the basics right, and they're losing the game. Now, any coach will say it to you at any level, do the basics right, and you will contest in this game. If you don't do the basics, you're going to lose. And PSG are not doing the basics. And they thoroughly deserve to be losing. And Gary, you're spot on. Eddie Howe, he should be proud of his team, but there is still 45 minutes to go. It is still PSG. They've been really lazy in the first half. They've been off the pace. But they have a half-time team talk and 45 minutes to change that. And that will be exactly what they try to do. Thank you very much. And I fully expect them in the first 5-10 minutes to come at Newcastle. But the big teller will be is if they can put up with that pressure, if they can withstand the onslaught that might hit them. After that first 5-10 minutes, things might go back to the same. But if they let PSG back in this game, they will regret it. Because if PSG get a goal back, they're right back in this game and they'll be up for it. If they can...
I like how that just sounds like if they let PSG win, they'll regret that.
But if they can hold out, if they can withstand the pressure, they can start doing exactly what they did in the first half and they will win this game.
Agreed. How did PSG turn it around though?
I need a drink.
Fair enough, you're welcome to. Well, PSG, not good enough in the first half. Very sloppy in possession, didn't move the ball quick enough, very much struggled to get into the game, and couldn't really match Newcastle's level of combativity. Can they do that in the second half, and how do they do that? Is it a personal change? Is it a system change? What do you suggest?
I think you look at the first half, Newcastle used their strengths. They used the crowd, they used the conditions, they used their physicality, as you said. PSG have got to look at that and go in the second half, right, what are our strengths? We have technical ability. We have a vast tank of technical ability. We could make a change. We've got to work harder and we've got to start showing off our skills. Kylian Mbappe, Kolo Muani have been too quiet. I think Dembele.
I'm
probably
so baffled by the decision to switch formations there. It's something that just isn't working. No. The 3-4-3 has not been successful, but this has somehow been worse. So they've got to change something soon. I don't know why Ramos has been put into the side. For me, I would have kept with Bradley Barcola, played the 3-4-3, and just ran it like that. Because their attackers have been non-existent. Like, I've not seen any of their front four in this game at all. So I don't really know what's going on there. I think they need to be looking at changing system. I think there has to be a sub at half time. You can't be 2-0 down to an inferior team and not make a serious change. At least a system change, if not a personnel change. I think it needs to be personnel, though, because the team out there on the pitch have been frankly abysmal.
And you've got Carlos Soler, you've got, as you said, the back.
Matinha could go on there, Fabian Ruiz could go on there. There's options to play in midfield if they want to play a 4-3-3. They could bring on Bradley Barcola at left wing back. It's not his natural position, but he can play there. It's a weird situation, a really weird situation. I don't know if Nuno Mendes is on the bench. I imagine he would play if he was fit. So is he on the bench?
No, he's not.
He must be injured. Yeah.
That's why I recognise him. Obviously, no Kang In Lee or Asensio available. Kang In Lee is suspended.
Yeah. They can't even name a full bench tonight, PSG.
No. That's probably partly because they want to...
They wouldn't take loads of children, but the Kang In Lee is both suspended and on international duty at the moment. Wow. So... really can't be there. But they've got, Barcola, Soler, Vitinha, Ruiz, Mukiele, Pereira. There's options to come on and make a difference in this game. A lot more than Newcastle have with Murphy and Anderson and Livramento and Hall and Target and Miley and all that. That's not exactly the same to bring off proven,
if you're willing to outrun the other team, you'll win the game.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a team put Marquinhos on a 4.10 before. No. It says it all, really.
And it sums up PSG's starts this campaign. They've been shocking in the league. They've been shocking in Europe, shocking in the Cup.
Yeah.
They've just been really bad.
There's no determination, there's no grit, there's no fight. And then they're so slow, so lethargic, both in possession, both out of possession. It's confusing to me, this PSG team, because Enrique would not, when he was at his peak during those Barcelona days, during those Spain days, he wouldn't settle for a team that doesn't work for every inch of the pitch, who doesn't move the ball expertly in the tiki-taka system. Yeah, the build-up was slow, and that's how tiki-taka works. But there's no build-up. It's just like, we'll kick it around the back for a bit, and then there's two options. Either we panic and kick it long, or they win the ball back and we concede.
Yeah.
So, it's been
there's no desire.
Really poor. Really, really poor so far. Owain says, I think with how bad PSG have been, I don't see them coming back. Yeah, fair statement. I think that even if they do start to perform well, Newcastle will just want it more. And I think that can make a huge difference. I think that really can make a huge difference.
I think the only way they get back in this game is if Kylian Mbappe is a masterclass, but he's been off the pace.
Yeah.
The whole of the season he's been off the pace.
Yeah. Gary says David Luiz may be a fair bit better. Might fare a bit better, sorry. He's got a built-in umbrella on his head. Yeah, maybe they should bring him back.
Why does when his hair gets wet?
Luiz?
Yeah,
I've never seen it wet.
It's like I've never seen Colaccini's hair wet.
Maybe they just refuse to play in the rain.
Yeah, maybe. But, I mean, a big 45 coming up for both sides. If Newcastle have 4 points from their first two games, they're favourites to get out of the group.
Yeah.
PSG would have...
They'll be top. PSG will be on 3 because they beat Dortmund quite comfortably. Then it will be, 4-3-2-1. So 2 for Milan and 1 for Dortmund.
That's as competitive as you want it to be.
Yeah. 3 points separating top and bottom.
Yeah.
Or, the same effect would be achieved by a Dortmund win tonight. Now put them level with PSG, you'd have 4-3-3-1. But, yeah.
That wouldn't be as cool, though, would it?
No. Sure.
But I wouldn't expect Newcastle to change this thing. Stay regimented, stay disciplined, keep doing what you're doing. Hopefully, Sack's all right and is not bleeding out of his head.
That would be
PSG
ideal for them.
Got to make changes, both tactically, both personally. That's not a word, is it?
It sounds like a pasta.
Both tactically and both. What's the plural of personnel?
Personnel-wise.
Yeah, personnel-wise. Both got to happen. They've got to get a grip of themselves. But it's been a really pathetic performance. And I think it's a bit selfish from some players as well.
Yeah, fair enough. Predictions, well, not really predictions, but how do we expect the second half to pan out then? Do we see PSG getting back into it, or do you think Newcastle are going to see this out?
I think they will score, but it'll be too late to do anything.
Okay.
So I think they'll score pretty late on. Whether Newcastle have already scored before then, I don't know. But I think PSG will score at some point today, but it'll be too late to have an effect.
Yeah, should we have a little glance then at the rest of the UCL fixtures going on right now. So a lot of games already underway for the second half. As it stands, Celtic are drawn 1-1 with Lazio in what's been a good game there in Glasgow. Dortmund are 0-0 with AC Milan. Newcastle, as we see, are 2-0 up. Then we've got Manchester City 1-0 up away at Leipzig. Crvena Zvezda or Red Star Belgrade 1-0 up at home to Young Boys. And Porto 0, FC Barcelona 1. Courtesy of a goal from Ferran Torres.
Good. It's been a good game week so far. Yesterday was very exciting as well. As we saw Arsenal and United lose. We saw... That was pretty much it, wasn't it?
Well, we've just had a goal. RB Leipzig 1, Manchester City 1.
Wow.
And also, Lamine Yamal starts for Barcelona tonight, making history as the youngest starter in a Champions League match.
What's going on with Manchester City?
Louis Openda scores for Man City. Scores for Leipzig.
That's what I'm saying. A loss to Newcastle in the Carabao Cup, a loss to Wolves in the Premier League, and now they're drawing to RB Leipzig in the Champions League. Are Manchester City falling apart?
Potentially. Washed.
Oh.
Louis Openda in the UCL fantasy, by the way.
I'm not going to look at mine. Don't know who my team is. I'm sure they're doing great.
Very happy with that.
You know, big 45 coming up for Newcastle and their fans.
Indeed.
So win a Champions League game. Sensational. On home soil. Just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
It would be a fantastic occasion. These two teams could go quite far, so it's quite surprising to see how bad they've been. Well, PSG, yeah. The thing with this group is that you really don't know who's going to go through, and you need to pick up points in every game, really, to be in with a shot. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I feel like these two are the most likely to go through. Not sure. I didn't see a lot from Milan. The fact they couldn't break down Newcastle despite being all over them all match. And Dortmund can't sort themselves out.
They're too up and down too
inconsistent
to qualify.
Yeah, so I think they may well be bottom of this rate of the group because it didn't show a lot against PSG. It's been a lacklustre first half by all accounts in their game against Milan.
Yeah.
And then both these sides have looked quite decent at times. I think PSG, while they've looked poor tonight, looked good against Dortmund and should beat Milan. And then Newcastle, while they were poor against Milan, have looked really good tonight and should beat Dortmund.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see.
Well, Newcastle only just make their way out of the tunnel. PSG are also...
And if the home advantage plays in as much as it does, Newcastle should have 9 points there.
Yeah.
It's just about getting some sort of result away at the Parc de France and some sort of result away at the Westfalen.
Yeah. But a big half for PSG. It doesn't look like anything changes, which is really strange. It looks like PSG is sticking with the same ladder.
Yeah. I mean, we can see Rico there. It's the only sub I've seen so far, not coming onto the field, obviously. But yeah, a bit of a weird one. I mean, there's got to be some sort of change system-wise, mentality-wise, but I'm intrigued. I'm really intrigued to see why there hasn't been any more change. So it looks like a 4-4-2 now. At least in defence. So potentially Mawani's been moved out left and Dembele told to play a little deeper. I'm not sure. Young Boys level, by the way, against Red Star. Or Crvena Zvezda. Isak now readying to knock it back. And he does now. We're underway for the second half here at St James's Park. It's Newcastle 2, PSG 0 as we get into the second half. Fernandes heads it out, and that'll be a Newcastle thrown on the near side. Longstaff. And he'll let Trippier take it. But it's Trippier now. Has options all around him, Kieran Trippier. And he goes to Longstaff. Now Almiron tries to play it inside to Isak. One back by Ugarte. Hernandez. Little lift into Ramos. Ramos down to Zaire Emery. And now he will take his time in possession. Sprays it out wide. Hakimi down the line. Dembele has a safe option inside, but he's going to go for a drive now. Ousmane Dembele. Now he gives it to Ugarte. Ugarte shifts onto his right. Now it's with Mbappe. Nice footwork from the Frenchman. Back to Ugarte. Now Hernandez. On the ball, it's Milan Skriniar. Marquinhos. To Hakimi. Just a reminder there, RB Leipzig level in their game against Manchester City.
Funny.
Yeah. I mean, City will be fine to get through the group even if they lose both games against Leipzig, but yeah.
Don't know. Get sucked by young boys.
Anyway, Marquinhos. Not realistic.
Never know.
Hakimi. It's not a great touch from Dembele, but it's still alive here for PSG. Dembele working his way up the field, but it's won back by Newcastle. Longstaff, Almiron, Trippier. He's done well to send Mbappe, and then his ball down the line. Not really on the same wavelength as Almiron. Almiron runs the other way, and it's a PSG ball. Marquinhos, Ugarte has to hold off Longstaff there, deep in his own third. Let's pull back for a free kick.
That's physicality.
That's soft, is that what that is? Very soft foul.
Let's hear it like that tonight.
Yeah. Owain says, as an Arsenal fan, hopes City gets thrashed. Yeah. Obviously, that game on Sunday. Then, you excited for that, Owain? Or nervous?
We are live.
Optimistic? We are, of course, live for it, yeah. 4:30 kickoff will be live from quarter past. Should be a really exciting one. So, yeah, make sure to join us there, Owain. And, of course, in the meantime, we have the Arsenal women's match on Friday night as they head to Manchester to take on Manchester United women's side, who won in game week 1. Arsenal obviously losing to Liverpool in their first match week. But yeah, so a lot of football over this weekend. Should be a good one. Zaire-Emery on the ball now. Gives it to Mbappe. Mbappe turns out nicely, trying to find Hernandez. Here's Rando Kolo Muani. Ugarte. Kylian Mbappe. Looking for options inside. Goes to Zaire-Emery. Now Hakimi, Mbappe, Dembele. Not bad football from PSG, but it doesn't feel like they're going anywhere. Hakimi, Zaire-Emery inside to Ramos, Zaire-Emery. Everything, again, seems to be coming through the young French lad, Warren Zaire-Emery. Ball across from Dembele, cuts out, and it cannons off of Dan Burn out for a throw-in. But yeah, facilitator. You could almost describe Warren Zaire-Emery as tonight. He tends to play as a more defensive player, but he's been everywhere tonight. He's been PSG's only bright spark.
He has been that nice spark. Also, Isak has got his eye stitched up, so he's all right now.
Yeah, it's that, what's it called? Microscopic tape? That type thing.
It's like
I imagine it's a little bit more professional than the tape you can buy in Savers, but
and then you chop it onto
your boots. Yeah. Can't imagine they just nipped over the rows.
You can't have like weird shapes that fits the right. There's the scar.
You get it wrong the first time, so you have to get it a couple more times. Yeah. And then when you try and take it off the tape roll, it's like really messed up and all over the
end.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Pretty sure the physios at Newcastle know what's better.
Don't lose the end. Ramos tries to play it in across, but it hasn't come off. And now Newcastle coming forwards. Bruno Guimaraes bursts through the gap.
Run!
Just trying to brute force his way through the PSG system there.
Like it. I like
Kolo Muani holds it up well. They've resorted back to the system. The 4-2-4 is not working. When does Luis Enrique just admit defeat and change it up? Almiron.
This rate, I think you might have to admit defeat anyway.
It's Trippier. I mean, the system will work in the French league.
Oh, brilliant. What a run from
Bruno. Sean Longstaff scores in the Champions League. Newcastle 3, PSG 0. He had no right to score from that angle. It's a decent effort. He puts enough power behind it, and Donnarumma does the rest for him. Newcastle 3, PSG 0. Pure elation for Newcastle. Pain for the Parisians.
I mean, where do you want to start? It's a brilliant run from Sean Longstaff. No one picks him up. It's poor marking. It's poor vision from PSG. And it's poor goalkeeping.
Luis Enrique flaps his hand. I can't tell whether he's trying to fly out of the stadium or encourage his players, but either way, It's not
The
looking
vision of
successful.
Trippier, the run from Longstaff, Donnarumma.
That is
questions.
a level of mistake.
I'm intrigued. Was the goal actually going in, or was it an own goal?
No, what's going in? It's just he's took a sizable change in direction there.
He knew he was going to hit that as soon as he came to that pass.
And it's in the back of the net. Longstaff has scored for the
Champions League.
What?
Might start crying. Newcastle fans are going absolutely mental. It's Newcastle 3, PSG 0. This isn't crazy. This is history. I don't know what to say.
Fantastic.
This is mental.
What do you say in the situation?
We are 51 minutes into a Champions League game in 2023, and Newcastle United lead PSG by 3 goals.
Coming forwards, but it's one savage.
That wasn't coming back.
With a thumping tackle. Yeah. A couple of things in chat there. Wayne Cooper saying, think we can win, especially with Man City not looking great recently. I agree with you there. If Rodri's still suspended, which I believe he is, he's only missed so far the Newcastle and Wolves matches, then I do think there's a good chance City look weak, especially without Rodri. So potentially a chance for City to go further down the table than first. Gary's saying, hope Saka's all right. Yeah, I am worried about that. Obviously, he's had a few different injuries recently, and that's seemed to be the biggest one of all, having to come off after just 30 minutes. Apparently it's precautionary, but got to consider the rest of the team.
Anyway, it's really silly from Arteta.
Very good player, though. And he's their only source of goals pretty much this season. Almost reliable.
PSG has 66% of the ball. Newcastle 34%. But it's 10 shots to 4. It's 6 on target to none.
I mean, Gary mentioned the same sort of point there, saying PSG are done, I think, these first 10 minutes, like after half time, we're always going to be crucial. Looks like Newcastle put it away. And also, Chelsea fan, thank you for tuning in, mate, saying got to go. But see you this weekend, hopefully. Some good matches over the WSL and Premier League this weekend.
Yeah.
Skriniar. Now Ramos.
PSG to not have a shot on target in 52 minutes. Really poor.
That's a good challenge from Longstaff.
And they've won a throw. He's been brilliant. Sean Longstaff and quality. So Jamal Lascelles.
I love the support.
These footballers a couple of years
vocal from the Newcastle fans, and I love that. It's a granddad with his son, with his grandson. I'm hoping that's a granddad. Yeah, if not, he is a very odd man with a child. But yeah, love the
loving it.
They're watching the football. Tonight. Yeah, perhaps so. Just the adrenaline pumping a little.
Oh yeah, the adrenaline pumping through Sean Longstaff. His veins, I feel like pump. Look, they're actually blue. They're literally like electric. They're electric. He's got electric veins. He's that pumped. I mean, he can now tell his mum. He can now say, "Mum, I've made it."
Yeah, scored in a Champions League
PSG. Conquered life. Listen, right, like, what am I doing here? I'm stood in the rain. I'm in Newcastle, and I want to go back to my nice little villa and my hot tub in Paris.
Did Messi score within his first 2 Champions League games? I'm not sure. Did Sean Longstaff?
He did, actually.
Possibly did.
Ball in.
Sean Longstaff, of course he did.
Long way back to PSG now. Still 35 minutes, but a long way back.
Long way.
Yeah.
Oh, Angie was saying, imagine this in 2020 or before the Newcastle takeover. Yeah, unfathomable.
If you tell a Newcastle fan this 5 years ago, they think you're drunk.
They told Newcastle fans this a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
They asked what you've been smoking. Substitution then for PSG. Bradley Barcola coming onto the field.
Camera angle of Lewis. Focus on Luis Enrique, the rain in the background, and cuts to the Jordies.
The reign of pathetic fallacy in this scene.
Look at that. English teacher's budget.
God. Any English teachers out there losing their minds right now. I think it's the first time that pathetic fallacy was mentioned in football commentary.
No, Peter Drew's definitely got it in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah, but he wouldn't have mentioned. He wouldn't have said
it.
He would do it, yeah. But yeah, I think PSG are dead and buried now. I mean, they've got to score within the next 3 seconds.
Yeah.
They need to. We're approaching the hour mark, and they don't look like scoring.
Yeah.
Sarah Emery. Here's Mbappe. Can he make something happen by himself? Potentially. Now it's Warren Zaire-Emery. Don't might look to hit it again, but goes across to Dembele. Takes under his control nicely. Ousmane Dembele. Looking to pop one in. Here's Zaire-Emery. Dinks it forwards. Lucas Hernandez. A massive consolation. PSG have one back. Still 35 minutes to go. A lovely deep ball at the top from Zaire-Emery. Headed home well by Lucas Hernandez.
And Zaire-Emery's the only good thing about PSG tonight.
Is this a lifeline for PSG?
Maybe so.
Nice play this. Ousmane Dembele picking up on the right hand side. Knocks it across to Zaire-Emery. And as I say, everything good in this performance has been Zaire-Emery related. He's offside potentially here. That's a great way to pass and a good nod. Home from Lucas Hernandez.
That is good. He's very, very tight on VAR.
Yeah.
I imagine they're checking it now. They're already pretty checked.
That is a wonderful ball.
It's a good header.
What I've seen from tonight is that PSG are crap, but Warren Zaire-Emery.
And they will have to send it upstairs.
Yeah.
Not upstairs, do you know what I mean? To the VAR room. And the check is over. What the decision is.
Verification terminé.
It is a goal.
So PSG, one back in this game then. Just in line, I think, says Gary. Yeah,
Gary is spot on, mate.
Looks about correct. Donnarumma.
Now, 33 minutes to go. PSG only need 2 goals. That mountain's just become a hill. They get one more, it'll be a
molehill. Not a mole, it won't be a mole.
A mound, that's what I'm trying to go for.
Oh, okay. What? Okay, yeah, sure.
It's a mould.
So Barcola on then for Mawani. This resembles a lot more of a 3-4-3 then.
Yeah.
Dembele, Hakimi. This is a nice link up. PSG are playing some good stuff now. Hakimi has options ahead of him. Can he switch to the play? Bradley Barcola on this left-hand side. Tries to play it into Tonali. Sorry, Almiron hacking it clear.
Newcastle just hanging on a little bit now. I mean, they do not want to concede soon because they'll find themselves in trouble. But as Mbappe goes over to take the corner, he is getting shouted at by the Newcastle fans.
It is also 2-1 Young Boys, a penalty converted there. Red Star crumbling. Oh, such a strong start to the game.
Yeah, game.
Now 2-1 down at home.
Not too well.
I was going to say, they're good. Whichever team wins that and the second game between the two will be
from range, deflected out.
Another corner. Momentum potentially just swinging towards PSG. The pendulum swinging towards PSG. Ryan tune onto the stream with the classic high full stop. Oh. Great to see you, Ryan. I know Wayne Cooper saying, I think if PSG score in the next few minutes, they may have a chance if they bring on good subs.
That's really good football.
Zaire-Emery.
I take it back.
Ugarte. And he's decided he doesn't want to play anymore.
No. Fair enough.
And there's Enrique, rightfully frustrated by that pass. Wildly off target from Uruguay.
He's probably thinking, that's going to go on my CV that I got schooled by Eddie Howe. Wow, that was tight.
I lost a game in which there were goals from Dan Burn and Sean Longstaff.
Sean Longstaff scored a football goal against my football team.
Brilliant. And you asked Ryan, I'm doing great, mate. I'm doing great. Just living life. But yeah, show's been doing great recently. The numbers in October have been really, really nice to see. Thanks for everyone's support.
Yeah.
Stream tonight. Maybe not as many people would like to see us,
but decent.
But fantastic to see everyone that has turned up. Appreciate you guys massively, and a new subscriber as well. So welcome to them. But yeah, a great game as well. You cannot complain when you're watching a fantastic game of football. Lascelles wins the header, but it falls to Barcola. Now it's Mbappe, but it's gone through his legs. Kylian Mbappe is bottling him.
He's been rubbish.
I would say he's been rubbish.
He hasn't touched the ball.
Is that entirely his fault?
Well, he's not run after, is he?
But yeah.
You can't just expect people to get him the ball.
I like the live stream, says Ryan Tune. Thank you, mate. How many likes are we on now? We're on 11, so appreciate that, guys, massively.
Wow.
Of course, if you haven't left a like yet, make sure to do so.
We've got a lot of likes on today's video as well.
Yeah. people have found where the like button is. It's took 2 years of us on YouTube. People finally discovered that they could like it. But yeah. 30 minutes left in this game then. Do you see PSG getting back into it? When's the deadline for the next goal, sort of?
I think my prediction's still on that they will score a second, but it'll be too late on to do anything about it.
Fair enough. Your prediction of 2-1 isn't still on. You do know that, right?
No, I mean, my half-time one was the fact that they would score late on, it would be 2-0.
Okay. Did you also predict the Watchalong stuff would score?
Oh, I wish. I should have. I really should have. Burn. Just let the ball out.
Just running.
I thought he'd do that. No, he just let it go out of play. There's nothing else to say.
Burn.
I thought I was like, Burn wins attack. No, he just let it run out. What a waste of time.
Okay, Joss. Now it's with Lucas Hernandez. Barcola. Hernandez. Now it's with Milan Skriniar. Marquinhos. Looking good in possession tonight, PSG.
Oh,
But they've not looked good in any other phase of play, which is slightly problematic.
This is really nice.
Dembele won back by Newcastle, and they come forward. Tonali.
It's nice looking cloud.
And that's a long ball forward. Back to his former teammate, Gianluigi Donnarumma.
Yeah.
Hernandez.
That was years ago now, what? 3 years ago? Donnarumma's been at PSG?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Moved for free in summer 2021.
Conqueror is not keeping that on. Gets mocked by a load of Geordies, and the flag goes up anyway.
Mocked by the Geordies. Yeah, we're getting mocked by the Geordies. Mocked by the Geordies.
You're getting mocked by the Geordies.
Mocked by the Geordies.
You're getting mocked by the Geordies. Vitinha's coming on, everyone. First, you've got to put some blue tape somewhere. And Elliot says Elliot Anderson. Of course, Tinder's giving instructions on Eddie Harris sits there rolling a pen in between his fingers. Because Tinder must do everything.
Burn tries to go down the line. Marquinhos chests it out.
Do you think Eddie Howe's
Or a
talking
throw on the far
about it? Like, mate, let me do my job. Stop trying to do anything for me.
I don't know. Obviously, he values him a lot.
Yeah.
So...
Maybe they ask what he wants from him. To be like a second manager. If that was me, I think, who's this absolute knobhead who's taking my role? Who's shaking your own
I guess if
sit down.
there has been success with two managers. We saw it at Lincoln City when they had the Cowley brothers in there.
But maybe having two managers without saying you've got two managers.
But I don't know, maybe Tendo has a more hands-on approach.
Yeah.
Whereas Howe is a lot more of the leader, but he's also a bit more laid back. I'm not sure. Don't know how the dynamic works. Never been in the dressing room and they're delivering a team talk. But I could see Tyndall going out on the training and like running around with a whistle. That man loves a whistle. I bet.
Oh, he's such a whistle. Like, he blows it. Everyone else will be standing there in silence and just keep blurring it, going, everyone be quiet.
So, Virginia on for Manuel Ugarte. Then after that pass, he's been hooked by Luis Enrique. Owain saying, I think it will end up 3-2 with Zaire Emery scoring in the 80th minute. I like the prediction. A lot.
Yeah.
It sets up a very fascinating
And
last
standing
10
ovation
minutes.
for Sandro Tonali, the Geordie.
Warranted, you have to say.
Sandro Tonali, the Geordie.
There we go. Nice little rendition of Sandro Tonali, the Geordie there. And on in his place is Elliot Anderson.
It's a good song. Good chant.
Oh, Zaire Emery's only 17, by the way.
That's mental. He's a child.
He's been the best player for PSG on the pitch.
Here comes Elliot Anderson. What can he do? Newcastle set piece. Can they restore their 3-goal lead? Dunno. Better watch out. Here comes Trippier to put the ball in. They've got to watch the line. Got to be careful. The ball is put in. That is over everybody and will go out for Donnarumma's goal kick.
Could be that Tinder just has no interest in the spotlight or media obligations. I don't know if he has no interest in the spotlight. I mean, the way he gets in front and centre of all team photos and the way he shakes Klopp's hand.
Yeah, I find it interesting.
But,
I think
yeah,
if I want an inspiring team talk from one of them, I'd go for Eddie Howe. But to go out for a night out one of them, I'd go Jason Tyndall.
God, no, he seems unbearable.
The stories he'd have.
I guess if he's worked closely with Howe over the years, Howe may be comfortable with him being very hands-on as an assistant. But yeah, I imagine with regards to the media, maybe he just doesn't want the pressure of being a manager. but enjoys the other element.
Part of it.
Yeah, he likes the praise and the recognition, but not the pressure.
Calls himself the
Gimmelash. He's going to manage West Ham soon.
Yeah. Go to Sunderland.
Elliot Anderson. Oh, that
look
is
at him go.
sublime.
Not too much.
Oh, yeah. He should have
Should've cut
shifted it
back.
into the cross.
Yeah.
Now it's Goncalo Ramos driving forward, shifts it out wide. Bradley Barcola on the ball. The young starlet shifts it into Mbappe now on this left-hand side. Back to Barcola. Barcola keeps it alive. Kylian Mbappe tries to slip it through for Ramos. Now it's with Barcola. Lovely footwork. Onto the edge. Zaire Emery. Vitinha. Newcastle have a block of 8 sat in front of their goal right now. Zaire Emery. Barcola. On the edge. It's Vitinha. Can he come up with a shot? No. Zaire Emery. Hernandez. Ball in, it's out for a corner.
John Longstaff or Kylian Mbappe? That's a big question. That's what I've been asking myself that for the last 17
Easy
minutes.
long stop. Rob onto the stream. Black and white army. Mbappe is washed.
He has been really
He's not had a
poor.
great game, but he's not washed.
I don't know.
Let's go.
He's declining.
Owain says, I thought Emery was about 19, not 17, and he's been best on PSG PSG team today.
Away from
Mental.
Trippier.
Yeah, I rate Zaire Emery really highly. I think in a world where players like Lamine Yamal get unprecedented praise, and I don't think that's unwarranted because I think he's a really good player, but I think Zaire Emery gets overlooked because of the role he plays.
I mean, how old is Jamal? 16?
Yeah. Emery was the same age last year when he was playing Champions League.
True.
But he don't get the same recognition.
Well, they're
because
checking something.
he can't score.
Oh, no, they're not checking something. Very quick.
PSG are complaining there, potentially handball, I would guess, or
dunno.
something like that. But Dembele's picked up a yellow
Yeah.
for his troubles.
That's the third one tonight they've picked up for complaining.
You'd think they would stop complaining. Zaire Emery.
Maybe the fact you think
Donnarumma.
maybe stop complaining. That's you know.
All of that just to realise.
I don't know what I was trying to say. I don't know. I'm giving up.
Screw
I've
it
got
up.
half a point. I can't
Hernandez.
think. That's silly from Alma.
Strong challenge
And
there
the
from
crowd
Bruno,
love it.
and they're coming
The
out
crowd love
again.
it.
Free kick for PSG now though. Skriniar gives it back to Donnarumma. Pressure high from Issa.
Oh, thought it was getting the ball off.
Gary says Newcastle defending well in an organised manner. And that's the complete difference, isn't it? The PSG were fanning around with the ball at the back. So now it's completely unorganised because Rano Colomani got his in.
Wow,
And he hit it wide.
the guy.
Jamal Lascelles. A challenge too tough for Ousmane Dembele. Not
Got
good.
pressure. It heard the thunder and footsteps from behind him and panicked.
I forgot that Mawani came off. But yeah, good ball over the top. Dembele just couldn't
Look at the
really
shout
take it in
getting
his
hard
stride.
yards.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's a difference, isn't it? For I think as well is the
Just
fact
picked
that
him off. Brilliant.
the Newcastle players, well, it's also their first taste. It also may well be their last. So they're
Yeah.
leaving everything on the pitch. They don't want to regret not giving it the all. Whereas PSG players, I reckon, take it for granted. They know that they could lose this and they'll be back playing the Champions League next season.
Yeah.
Even if it's not with PSG, they'll find a club.
Oh, that was late from Anderson.
And he will pick
Yeah.
up a yellow card
Gordon,
and
sorry.
Gordon.
I did one at Elliot Anderson when chuck himself into a tackle like that. Gordon's annoyed. No, he was late. Just a fraction.
Yeah.
But he was late. It's 50-50. Both running at the ball. Marquinhos knocks the ball. Oh, I don't know actually.
It looks worse because he goes to ground
Yeah.
quite quickly, and the fact that Marquinhos looks like he's
Yeah,
been
I
shot.
think he's rightfully annoyed at a yellow card there because I thought he arrived late. He actually got there first.
Yeah, both Gary and Owen making similar points about how PSG is still dangerous. Gary's saying they're dangerous on the counter and that they've got enough pace to burn Newcastle's backline. Like it, nice pun. I don't know if it was intended. Owen's saying they're still very dangerous even on their off day. Hernandez, Barcola. It's cut out. Almiron does well. Trippier, and does it strike the hand of Barcola? No, it doesn't, but it has out for a throw either way.
I just got the pun.
Oh, the van, right.
Yeah.
Almiron down, holding his ankle.
Oh, again.
And I imagine this will be the end of Miguel Almiron's evening.
Bring on Jacob Murphy, have a party. Yes, here we go.
Jacob Murphy's having a party.
Murphy time. Woo, woo, Murphy time. Woo. I waited 70 minutes for it. Tyndall going to give me the instructions from the tablet and the post-its.
Now I'm going off applauding the fans as he will make his way off the field to be replaced by Jacob Murphy. What a plah. What an absolute plah.
He is brilliant. Look at him. Yeah.
Jacob Murphy, stats, matches.
He played 2 games and Jack was like, good for him.
What is that? Because they showed Almiron's stats like, 1 goal, balls recovered, all that sort of stuff. Jacob Murphy, matches 2.
He's played twice. Ball got through. Oh, no.
Long stuff. Bruno, that turn is sublime. And he's pulled down, but it's not a foul from Warren Zaire-Emery. Barcola, Mbappe, and that's overhit from Kylian Mbappe. He's trying to claim to the ref that should have been pulled back, but
nothing in that.
No. Come on, Murphy goal against PSG, please, says Gary.
If Jacob Murphy scores at PSG, I'm walking out. I can't deal with it.
From Scunthorpe United to playing against PSG.
Still 19 minutes to go.
Wow. What a career path.
It is crazy.
I wonder if there's any current Scunthorpe players who will play against PSG one day. Probably not.
I doubt it. I couldn't even name a Scunthorpe footballer.
See, there's anyone I recognise at Scunthorpe now.
Yeah, have a look. Here's Marquinhos. Also, Leicester are packing in...
Yeah, 3-0 win there for Leicester. Against
loose pass. Nearly latched onto by Isak.
They don't even have a squad on football.
Oh.
Because they are in the VNL North.
Oh, right.
In the National League North.
Oh, what about the pitch is Dembele? Ball behind
I thought
him.
they were still like League 2.
I thought they were VNL.
They're in the National League North.
That's really
That's
poor.
poor for Scunthorpe, man.
What's happened to him?
Money.
Yeah, once you're down there, you're stuck.
Yeah.
Oh, loose pass again from
They are
Newcastle.
fourth in the league, mate.
Anthony Gordon gets stuck in, wins it back. Can he skip past his man? Yes, he can. That's really good. And the long ball, searching for Isak, doesn't find him, but the head is a bit loose. Then Donnarumma deals well.
Everyone's gone for Soul Jacob Murphy. They put in some sort of, if you ever play Champions League football, or if you want to Champions League, you got to pass £1 million.
Or even just,
and they'll be
you've got to pay us a billion.
Just 20 quid. Why should even just, and then go for a sum that was 1,000 times as much?
No, but the fact that Joni put in like a massive out, if he gets like this amount of minutes in Champions League, you have to give us 10 million. And then Scunthorpe would get 10 million.
Ball down the line, now Longstaff. Oh, that's such good football from Newcastle. On this left-hand side, Longstaff trying to come down the left. And he's harassed by Hakimi into losing possession.
Or activates a buyback clause of £2.50.
Vitinha. I don't think they've got that. Man, that's knocked out of play.
I think they've got £2.50.
Of course, they're still into a career contract. I don't think Jacob Murphy would, accept it.
He has to. It's written in the other one.
Owen Cooper. It's still weird hearing Leicester in the Championship. I remember them contending like 2-3 years ago for the UCL. As someone that saw Leicester in the Championship before they were in the Prem, it's a bit more normal.
Knockout take Almunia saves. Knockout follows in Almunia saves again.
There you go. There's a random piece of commentary.
I can do the rest of it if you want.
So, but yeah, I get your point. They were playing Champions League football. They got Champions League quarterfinals, didn't they, under Craig Shakespeare? So yeah, it's a bit of a horrible situation.
Craig Shakespeare.
And you do wonder whether the situation would be a lot different if the tragic accident involving Vishay Shrivana Praha hadn't happened. But yeah, just COVID hit them hard, hit the owners hard, and it's a sad situation where they are now in the Championship.
But
they should be back in the Premier League next season.
They're playing beautiful football.
They are playing really well.
And
I
think when they come up, they won't be down at the bottom.
Hallelujah. Celtic went 2-1 up, but the goal has been disallowed because they can't allow Celtic to win the Champions League. Or the world just rips apart. That is what happens.
Like the equator, that's the world just cuts in half. And we will never see South America, Africa, or Oceania.
Or the polar bears.
Or the polar bears.
Trippier bursting down this right hand side. That's South Pole, right?
Oh, I never remember.
I don't have a clue. I'm convinced penguins and polar bears live together, but they don't. 1-0 Bristol City by the way against
Lie to everyone so no one knows.
But yeah, as it stands, then that group Celtic would be bottom, so normality is restored.
Dembele, Ramos passes it to absolutely no one, and Byrne clears his lines. 15 minutes to go.
Yeah.
The crowd still willing on their team to hold on.
Dortmund then 7 minutes left, still 0-0 in that match.
Poor that.
Wow. Yeah.
How dull. What a dull game. Dortmund Milan's not so exciting. Nothing's happened.
And then in group involving Manchester City, RB Leipzig would be top of the group.
Oh, what a save from Nick Pope.
As it stands, then Manchester City both level on 4 points. Then Young Boys on 3 points and Red Star on none. And then Barcelona would top the group on 6 and be very much on their way to a Champions League
Really
qualification.
good from Ruth van Dembele. Gets a shot away. Nick Pope batters it away.
Good start. Very good stop. So yeah. Good night for Champions League football.
Very good night. Very good night. Still 14
Taking a
minutes
shame
to go.
now, Champions League groups. They're looking good.
Man City on top. It's a
No.
miracle.
Benveda tries to burst down the line and that hasn't quite come off.
No.
But yeah, not long left. I would say PSG needs to score for 80 if they've got any chance of winning this.
Yeah. 85th they want to draw.
Yeah. I'm a draw, sorry, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Long throw. Isak chests it across to Gordon, who can't quite trap it. And out for a PSG throw. They're quick to get started, though.
Marquinhos, Skriniar. Skriniar taking his time here, waiting for a passing option. Eventually just goes to Lucas Hernandez. He has nothing down the line, so it's forced back to Skriniar. Again, Skriniar just looking for an option, nothing available. Marquinhos. Here is Hakimi. Now Warren Zaire-Emery. Driving forward at pace. Zaire-Emery. Dembele. Mbappe, and it's
passed it.
just past it.
Jacob Murphy gets that.
And City have won it in the 84th minute.
Oh.
That is a shame.
Boring.
Leipzig 1, City 2. Julian Alvarez within 5 minutes of coming off the bench scores assist
That's
by Jeremy
dull.
Doku. Haaland though blanking as it stands again.
That's right, he's saying
He's not scored since the 23rd of September.
What? That is mental.
I know.
Doesn't score against Arsenal. He's in trouble.
I'm doing a wildcard this week. Does he stay in the team in the FPL? I'm not sure.
First of all, Mbappe's washed. Now Haaland's washed. What's going on?
Yeah.
Jacob Murphy's
I was
effectively
saying, one long staff, Jacob Murphy. That's the future generation there. Skriniar.
12 minutes to go.
Armando Broja has scored more recently than both Haaland and Mbappe. Just saying.
Mikhailo Mudryk has more goals in October than Haaland does.
Yep, and Broja's got a higher goals per game than Haaland.
Yeah.
And minutes per goal.
Mudryk scored more goals than the whole of Liverpool in October. That's crazy. What's going on here then, Ref? They looking at something? No. No, he's called. What was going on? I don't know what that was for. Just, they started playing, he stopped the game, and then they got it back underway again.
Vitinha. Now Skriniar. Here's Marquinhos. Zaire-Emery. Hakimi. Looks down the line. Option. Gets shut off too quickly. Zaire-Emery. That is a brilliant use of the body and then gives a free kick, which is incredibly wrong.
Yeah.
From the referee there.
Let's have a howl up.
Can't understand that. That's just a great turn. Where's the justice here? Like, Bruno's gone running in.
Yeah.
So Emery spun him, and the ref's given a free kick.
Yeah.
Again, says Newcastle still pressing really high up. You're spot on there. They have not given up. They have not let up, Newcastle, all game. Will not allow themselves to coast off. They will keep fighting until they have the 3 points over the line.
Yeah. They thoroughly deserve it. Thoroughly deserve it.
Yeah. 100%.
And with 10 minutes to go, free kick here, they score from this, game over.
Yeah.
Trippier again, we know how good he is from free kicks. Not going to shoot from this one, but just put the ball in. You've got Lascelles, Shaw, Anderson, all tall players. Isak, Byrne.
Ball in. Headed on target from Bruno, but no problems for Donnarumma.
Didn't really put it to either. Should have put it either side of him, just put it straight at him.
Mbappe. Barcola. And he's got past the 23. Now gives it across to Zaire-Emery. Good football from PSG. Ball in. Cleared away by Newcastle.
Shaw just clearing his lines again.
Here's Zaire-Emery.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Passing stats are incredible.
518 completed by PSG. Looks impressive.
It's a really good game because you look at possession
Only
stats,
scored once.
you'll think PSG dominated. If you look at the attacking stats, you're going to think Newcastle dominated.
Yeah. Newcastle clinical. PSG are wasteful.
But even the
Classic,
fact that they
really.
get shots off.
But also, PSG have signed the ball and done nothing with it. It doesn't matter if you have the ball. They've not generated any chances today.
Yeah, no, spot on.
They've done nothing with the ball. Apart from Zaire-Emery, who is a magician.
Yeah, that's how they got to go.
Yeah. And when he says, even with the team the PSG have, you can't see them scoring 2 or 3 times in the last 10 minutes. No. No, you can't. Bradley Barcola. Mbappe. Now Bradley. And he can't get away from Jamal Lascelles.
He's been brilliant. I saw this. Dummett and Lascelles were brilliant against City, and Lascelles once again has been brilliant tonight.
Yeah.
Showing if you get a manager that backs you, you can be as good as you want to be. This is good. Ramos, bit clumsy, no foul in there though. And here comes Bruno driving away with it. Needs some support. Decides to
He's happy just to give that towards the managers.
Finds Luis Enrique.
Yeah.
One's there.
Zaire-Emery's now picked up a yellow card.
Don't know where.
Not entirely sure what for. Potentially it was the Bruno incident, but Barcola, that's a fantastic turn, by the way. And he tries to go inside and he's blocked. Too much Bradley Barcola before?
No.
I think it's a very good player. Played for Lyon last season. Was linked with Chelsea all summer, but ends up going to PSG.
Now that man must be cold. It is freezing and raining.
I was going to say, I was cold in the studio earlier when I didn't have a jumper on. I had to go and get a jumper. There's no way that man in the freezing winter of Newcastle.
Autumn.
Freezing autumn. That's just gone down the tunnel. Not the tunnel. The vault has been leathered out and it's gone into the, what they're called?
The concourse.
Yeah, it's, there we go, they've retrieved it.
The ball's gone into the concourse. Here's Isak.
Fantastic. You don't get that at the Parc de Prince.
How's it go? Straight down.
Oh,
Part of the Prince.
yeah. It's Parc de Princes, but it's French, they say it funny.
No, it's set a French accent. Same word, they say a French accent.
That's it.
So it sounds weird to say it in English.
French word, we just say it wrong.
Yeah. Jake Murphy fouled on
Zaire-Emery.
Played his innocence. He wouldn't hurt a fly. Marquinhos. I wonder if Rat the same he did when he scored against Tottenham would make it like 4-1. 4-0. Switch the play.
No, Barcola. Mbappe should just shoot. Does just shoot.
His first shot of the night.
Why?
It's taken Kylian Mbappe 84 minutes to have a shot. That's insane. 84 minutes to have a shot. And he's right.
He was right. Blocked by the voluptuous rear end of Jamal Lascelles. If not, that was Ian. Convinced. Jamal Lascelles just ended Mbappe's goal.
Misery.
Just stopped Mbappe's goal. That's what Jamal Lascelles does. Mbappe would have scored. Jamal Lascelles dealt with it. And applause from the Newcastle fans. I'm not exactly sure why.
We're trying to sing.
Maybe just a celebration.
They are just having a sing song. Oh,
It's party time.
Stuart failed to catch the ball.
Hang on, I'm going to check something.
What? I don't know. Anyway. Sunderland.
Sunderland won. I was thinking they would have maybe just lost, but no, they won. 3-1 Man City.
That's the problem. That shouldn't happen. No drawing, and then 3-1 up.
Jeremy Doku.
Here's Kylian Mbappe driving forward.
Go on,
Cuts
assist for
back.
Mbappe.
What's he doing?
Weaving in the box. Vitinha! And he struck it up and not on the target.
Ronaldo cut, he's just scored a few.
Also, Alvarez came on the 79th. He's then got a goal and assist. Doku with a goal and assist as well in that time frame.
How are we so far behind that
Turn the
game,
game.
by the way?
Because this was
Like I said, 7
minutes of
on,
additional time.
Has that gone down the concourse again?
No.
Brexit Steve would call it.
A minute left in that game of additional time.
No, sort of
and Red Star are level. Osman Bakari
big
with that goal.
Big goal for them.
Apparently, Alvarez is playing really well.
Oh, yeah. He's been subbed on and completely changed the game.
And a red card for Gavi in the Porto Barcelona game
Oh.
with 4 minutes additional time left.
Oh. That's silly. Unless he's like done it to keep the game. No, they've probably got some timber.
Second yellow.
Right. That makes more sense. And they've played Antwerp or Donetsk, so they won't miss much, really.
No, it's Shakhtar because they played Donetsk. They played Antwerp in the first week. Yeah.
He has not stopped running today. You know, he had a bandage around his head. He's had to have it, masked. He had it stitched up.
Microscopic.
He has not stopped running for 87 minutes. Alex Isak. He's been brilliant.
Yeah.
Because usually by this point, Callum Wilson would have come on.
Wayne says PSG more wasteful today than I've seen in a while. Yeah. I've seen PSG be wasteful. Every time I watched them in League One this season, they should have battered Clermont-Foot.
They've been really
But
poor.
they didn't. Newcastle gave Mbappe no space at all. Had like 3 men on him. That's what you got to do.
Nick Pope's also been booked, I'm guessing, for time wasting.
Oh, absolute limbs in Glasgow. It's Celtic 1, Lazio 2 in the 96th minute.
Hallelujah. Parity is restored.
The birds sing again.
War is over, everyone. Band-Aid is
The rivers are full of water once more. Life can return because Celtic have not won in the Champions League. Isak.
He deserves to keep
it in.
that on. If I'm on the line, I'm letting him play.
And it's Pedro as well.
Oh.
Former Chelsea lad.
He plays for Chelsea, for Spain, and Pedro is his name.
Set up by Matteo Guendouzi. Since when did he go to Lazio?
I thought he was at Strasbourg, whatever he was. Marseille.
Marseille. Strasbourg.
I knew he's in France somewhere.
It's a bit of a difference, though, between Nice and Brest.
Mbappe.
Really well at the burst forward.
How's he got through? And he's fouled someone. And now he's got some choice words here on the floor. To Anthony Gordon. And now Dan Burns trying to fight him. Dan Burns versus Kylian Mbappe. Who wins? Ninja Turtle versus bloke from Brighton. Bloke from Yeovil. I think the bloke from Yeovil wins.
Yeovil Bruiser. You got Raphael from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus a local Yeovil geezer.
Meet each other in the local Domino's.
Good, because Raphael does love his pizza.
Exactly.
Don't know what he's doing anywhere near Yeovil.
Don't know. Secret hideout of knowing Yeovil. That would really ruin it.
Shredder won't find us here in Yeovil.
That would really ruin it.
That's what I think that'd be a great concept though.
Like Shrek, which is in a shack in Bognor Regis.
I want superheroes, but their base is just the most like a bad group of superheroes. Like they're just the most shit superheroes.
Gotham City's just off a train tunnel or something like that.
Yeah. Or like a heist film, but they're all like just ordinary people.
Yeah.
They're not experts or anything. They're just people.
Mm.
Just a bunch of mates who try and rob something and it works. That'd be a great film.
Yeah.
What's like the weirdest group you could think of?
How many minutes bad time are we going to get?
5 minutes of additional time here then. 5 more minutes of party for Newcastle. 5 more minutes to put up with for PSG.
I don't think they can get out of the stadium until midnight. They're going to be partying all night long. Although we hope they haven't got work tomorrow.
Mate, I think work, no, they're not getting anyone in until at least 11 o'clock.
Oh!
Fabian Shaw! I was not expecting that. Newcastle 4, PSG 1. Fabian Shaw, what a strike!
Take a bow!
Picks it up about 30 yards out here and just strikes it sweet as a nut into the top corner. Mbappe looks... Newcastle look overjoyed.
Wow.
He's cut on his arm.
He's got a battle scar.
I don't know what... He's probably done that celebrating, but wow.
Wow.
What
I thought he was going Mars. Why didn't he
What the
put
heck?
back in?
Wow, Fabian Shaw.
Picks up. He picks the ball up.
He wins it in midfield. He goes, gives it to Murphy. Back to Shaw.
Yeah.
He curls it top corner. What a strike.
Newcastle United.
A strike.
Newcastle United 4. PSG 1.
Wow.
Monumental, a memorable night at St James's Park. That is the first time anyone smiled tonight as well.
Jesus Christ.
Newcastle fans can't believe
I
it.
can't believe it.
What
Anyone
a
can
strike.
believe it.
Oh, she's falling down the stairs. Just tripping over seats. Jumping on top of people. And St James's Park, the flags are flying high. Because that is one hell of a strike. Wow. 4-1. The cameras are getting blocked now because the flags are out. We honestly can't see. We're struggling. The camera's getting covered by the flags. Look at it. Atmosphere. This is what it means to beat PSG 4-1 in your second UCL game in a very long time. Your first UCL home game. Alan Shearer's had a heart attack. He don't want to react. Why is this a grumpy? Like they're 4-1 up. Oh, he's probably just shocked. He can't believe it.
He must be out of the pitch.
Or maybe he's so drunk he can't see what's going on. Anthony Gordon.
Matteo, welcome to the stream. Enrique's getting sacked straight after this. Oh, well, if this keeps up, he's on
can't see the
We can't see any of the match.
That's how it was.
Just the things now. What are they called? Flags
He
now.
can't see the game. They've zoomed in. It's doing out.
It's brilliant. Mbappe pulled down there, and the ref does award a free kick. I think that'll be a yellow card.
I mean, I think Gordon got. I want to say Gordon got a standing ovation, but I think everyone was on their feet anyway.
Yeah. Enrique is getting sacked straight after this. I sorry, I brought that out. Wayne's saying, who would have said Newcastle 4, PSG 1? Nobody in their right mind would have predicted that.
Mbappe and his PSG side rocked up the St. James's Park and been schooled. They've been played off the park. It's sensational. It's football heritage, in the words of Jose Mourinho. Incredible scenes. Incredible
Mbappe.
scenes.
Ball in, and it's headed away by Shaw. Hakimi f***ed up by Isak. It's so difficult to watch this now. Only a minute left.
You can't see the bottom half of the game.
You can't see the end of the game at Tyler. That's
The game like this, though. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
Mbappe. Now Ramos. Vitinha.
I did not think it was going to be 4-1 tonight.
Out wide to Hakimi. Ball into the box. And it's put out for a corner.
I thought Newcastle might challenge.
Oh, not even. It's just bounced straight through.
I mean, this should be it. Last few kicks of the game. Pope will take his time, then go long. I mean, Enrique's given up. He sat down. He's had enough.
Eddie Howe masterclass, ladies and gentlemen. Harry, as we round up here, who is your player of the match?
Do you know what? I'm going to give it to Pavian Shah.
Yeah.
He was quality defensively. He's pocketed Kylian Mbappe. He's cleared his lines brilliantly. He's led superbly. He's got battle scars. He's fought so hard. And he topped it all off with an absolute belter from range.
Indeed he has. For me, you could name any single player on the pitch tonight and say they've put in the shift because they've all had to work hard. I want to give an honourable mention to Alexander Isak because he has been phenomenal. I want to give an honourable mention to Sean Longstaff because he's been amazing. But I'm going for Dan Ban. Could it not, could I? Scored a towering header. Looks sensational throughout. Vitinha's hit one from range, but it whistles nowhere near the goal.
That should be it.
And that is almost the end of the game. Newcastle have been sublime. Anyhow, waiting to pump his fists. Tyndall ready to shake Enrique's hand.
Yeah, he will. Anyhow, celebrate. Tyndall will run over there. Hi, I'm Jason Tyndall. Just in case you didn't know my name. Look me up on social media. I'll be everywhere.
But, I'm Jason Tyndall. You probably already knew that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Surely you know I am. I'm Jason Tyndall.
And Tonali is high-fiving his teammates because they know it's done. And there we go. Newcastle United 4, PSG 1. Superb from the Toon tonight. A monumental victory in this first game hosted at St James, the first Champions League game hosted at St James's Park in over 20 years.
Wow.
What an occasion, what a night, what a match, and what a win for Newcastle United. They top a group with Dortmund, AC Milan, and Paris Saint-Germain in it.
Dan Burns was
Nothing
laughing. Dan Burns laughing. He's like, oh, what are you doing? Oh,
and
he's crying.
This moment right now shows exactly what PSG have got wrong.
Yeah.
You look at Newcastle, and in just 2 years, they've built a squad who will fight for the shirt and that will fight to win. And in however long it's been since PSG have taken over, a decade now? They've built a team of egos who can't fight for each other, who can't work together, and who can't win games. Testament to Newcastle, because it's one thing having the money, it's another knowing how to use it. Fantastic from Newcastle tonight. A big performance on the biggest stage.
Jamal Lascelles has just pocketed Kylian Mbappe. That's insane. That is insane.
That has happened. Shall we round it off there? It's been a brilliant night. We are back this weekend with 3 streams. Friday night, Arsenal versus Manchester United in the WSL. Sunday morning, Chelsea versus Manchester City again in the WSL. And then Sunday afternoon, the big Premier League matchup between Arsenal and Manchester City. Do not miss any of it. Tune into all of it live on the Football Chat Live. If you're looking for something in the meantime, well, today's podcast is the first thing you should go and check out. After that, or if you want something a little bit shorter, check out our video on Ipswich Town. Very popular so far. Yeah. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm sure you will enjoy it. And that is everything. Thank you guys very, very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.